Okay. Alright. I think I'm streaming, but let's do the audio check as per usual. um, oh my god, it's coming in perfect today. Amazing. I don't know how that happened, but we're just gonna do it. Chan, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you for turning on the trick list. Um, and hopefully you're doing well, Chan. Good to see you. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? Alright, so first order of business before anything happens, let me put on cheating gloves. So I used to shuffle around several sets of my one set of cheating gloves all over the place. Now I have a ton of it just sitting around. So hey, hey. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Charlie's Beats, for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Perfectly okay. Because I there's only one trigger, and so now I can put on the cheating. Go do it, you guys do what you were doing. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Man, I have to switch over. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, I haven't even opened the deck yet. Man, this hasn't even settled in. It's still, my fingers are very slippery. Okay, but anyway, thank you so much for the hype train, everybody. Thank you so much for the hype train. What is it? Charlie's Beats and Chad the Magic Man for the resubs. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so here we go. Man, without even thinking, all right, we're just going to go ahead and just show you that we have a 7 of spades. The 7 of spades, I will take and place the 7 of spades here in the middle of the deck, and if I snap my fingers, that will bring the 7 of spades back up to the top. I know, that's super weird, and you know, you've never seen that before. I know that everybody in chat has seen this before. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this, take it, and place it in the middle of the deck. And importantly, Andrew War, welcome in, how's it going? That's not because I didn't snap yet, that's right, because that will bring it back up to the top. I know, there it is. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this sticking out. You'll know it's the same one, mostly because, you know, there we go. I'm going to take it and put it in the middle of this packet, grab this packet, place it in the middle of this packet. Some people think I had it on the top, some people think I had it on the bottom, but that's not true, not until I snap. That'll bring it back up to the top. I know, super weird, right? Super weird. Alright, let's go find all the 7s. So, let's go ahead and do something with the 7s. This by default, this is just what I go to when there's a hype train. But thank you so much for the hype train, everybody. Full disclosure, I was not really ready for the hype train, as you could tell. Alright, but the good news is that the cheating gloves have settled in. So, alright, here we go. First things first, I want to turn all these 7s face up, but if I turn them all face up one at a time, if I give them to you, you might just do this. That's not magical, so we're not allowed to do it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a magical twist. That magical twist will turn up one of the 7s, 7 of hearts. Now, if I go ahead and give another magical twist, 7 of hearts will turn itself face down, 7 clubs will turn itself face up. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? I'm going to give it another magical twist. That magical twist is 7 of diamonds. I know, super weird, right? Okay, but 7 of spades is the one that we used for the trick. I think it's a little bit tired. It doesn't want to do its thing. Because look, even if I hold the packet, give it a magical twist, they're all still face down. Even if we had 2 magical twists, some people are like, yo, 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 Nam, you just gave it 3 cumulative magical twists, and to that I would say, you can do arithmetic. But actually, you know what, I have this little plunger. I have this little plunger right here. If I just prime the plunger a little bit, I think that should be enough. Okay, ready? The plunger has picked up every card. That is ideally not what I wanted it to do. Alright, plunger, here we go, ready? We're gonna prime the plunger. And 1, 2, and it just grabbed 1 card, but look. There we go. Good job, plunger. I'm still not using the plunger correctly. Lol, says Chad. Alright, okay. So actually, let's go ahead and try and use the plunger correctly. You know what? Let's go ahead and find a card. 6. Alright, so how many cards is 6? 2, 4, 6? Okay, great. So here's the thing. I think that this plunger can grab 6 cards. Ready? 1, 2. I think it was close. I don't know if I'm that good yet. I need practice with the plunger, okay? So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6! Alright, there we go, plunger. Good job, plunger. Alright, okay. Alright, let's do that again. Let's do that again. Okay. How about this one? Queen! What does queen mean? 12? Let me see. 2. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I have no idea if the plunger will be able to do this. Okay, I'm going to prime the plunger. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Okay. Once again, I might be off. I'm very new with the plunger, but look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job, plunger. All right. I have no idea. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. This is 100% ad-lib. All right. Okay. So, but you know what? You know what card that the plunger... I don't know if the plunger will be able to grab this card, because this was the 7 of spades. Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the gift sub. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so we just went ahead and hid the 7 of spades in the middle of the deck. It's not on the top. It's not on the bottom, right? But wait, here we go. Here we go. Ready? I'm going to go ahead and plunger. 1, 2. Okay, nope. The hype train has ended. All right. Thank you so much for... Oh, man, hold on. All right. We're just going to go ahead and finish the trick, okay? Or at least try. There's no... I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to get it at this point. 1, 2, and... Did it get it? Did we get it? No. No. See, if we just keep on going, though, right? This plunger should hopefully have stopped right at the... Here we go, slow, towards the end here. 7 of spades. And that, my friends, is the plunger. Okay, all right. Whew. All right, let's go and thank everybody. So let's... Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the 32 months. Charlie. Sorry. Charlie, 32 months. That is 1 month away from a multiple of 11. I know, saying factual things. Go figure. And then, let's see, what, and then, Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub for 21 months. The number of months is now old enough to legally have alcohol if you map the months to years. All right. So, first things first, let's go ahead and do the Gibson eyes. And here we go. From eyes to sus eyes. All right, now let's do it without the... So even though I did say that my fingers have caught, but I... Let's see how this looks at full speed. Okay, I think that maybe might have been okay. Maybe. All right, let's try that one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, and... All right, I think that hopefully looked okay. All right. All right, and thank you so much for the gift sub, Charlie, in addition. It looks like... who got that one? It looks like... Kuyasai Live got it. Excellent. And I do see a couple of requests in the queue, so let's get to it. All right. So first order of business, we have a trick called 4-card trick. All right, let's go ahead and perform. Actually, let me get ready for the 4-card trick before we say we're actually going to... And this was a request from Chan? Okay, request from Chan the Magic Man. Anyway, guys, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving that celebrates Thanksgiving. We had Thanksgiving, Black Friday, if you guys celebrate the commercialization of Fridays. I just almost spilled the thing. Sorry, hold on. Okay. And then also, I got my Black Friday magic order in, and as it turns out, I got a book and I read it. I read the whole thing in like 4 days. I don't normally read books. I mean, I enjoy reading books, but like I don't really make time because I'd rather do active stuff. And then I'm like, okay, this is a book that I should read. So, um, I just realized I don't know if my Sharpie is down here. I have a thin Sharpie, so we may have to end up using that. But since this is for Chain the Magic Man, I want you to think of like a word and a number to, and don't tell me what it is yet. I will write it at the time when we are ready. But I'm just trying to make this one special. So, sorry, I'm going into radio silence for thought process. All right, we are taking a quick ad break. All right, good timing because I'm gonna take a break. I guess. All right. So first, first things first. Bay JB, welcome in. How's it going? Hi Nam, how's it going? It's going pretty well. Can't really complain. I mean, I can, but what's the use? I'm doing everything I feel like I should be doing, um, and and right now that's streaming for you guys, and I guess selfishly practice for me. By the way, if you've been sitting around and you've not hydrated for a bit, please feel free to hydrate. All right. Let me know when back. I'm not sure if there's anybody that's out there. It looks like I think everybody in chat is subbed, so. But I will go ahead and do the 4 card trick next. The one thing I didn't. So I had a busy week. I had a busy week. My mom is actually visiting from out of town. She's actually upstairs right now, and I actually. So my mom had Amazon Prime, but she didn't have a Twitch account. I'm like, Mom, I don't know if you know, you should be supporting me on Twitch. So my latest follower in my activity feed is my mom. And it was, I mean, I created the account basically for her. I mean, she chose her username, but I I linked it. Thank you for letting me know that we're back, Chan. I linked it and then I prime subbed myself from her Prime account. So I'm like, all right, great. FYI, if anybody doesn't know about Prime account, I think everybody in chat does, but anybody who anybody else who doesn't know, if you have Amazon Prime, please use your Amazon Prime. You don't have to support me; just support some creator. Just support anybody on Twitch. Okay. All right. So, um, here we go. So this is a 4 card trick, and you can't really do the 4 card trick without 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Now these 4 cards are a little bit different because they're blank. They're all blank. So, Chan, earlier I did ask you to think of a word and a number. So now would be an appropriate time to let me know because I'm going to write that right on this card. So you let me know what word and number you want me to write, and if there's anything else like a shape or something, you let me know. I'll go ahead and write it right here. Notebook says Chan. Glorious. I'm going to write note. Book. Number is 14. And also, if anybody was curious, I know that Chan the Magic Man is another magician in chat, but just to be clear, none of this was set up. Chan could have said anything. That's perfectly fine. And we'll go ahead and write, this was from Chan the Magic Man. And what's the date today? It's 2025, 11:30. So, all right. So, here we have Chan's signed card. The word he chose was notebook. The number he chose was 14. And that was from Chan the Magic Man today. All right. So, I want you to keep track of this card. It should be pretty easy to keep track of this card because when I place it facing in the opposite direction, you'll be able to see that it is indeed still here. Okay. There's all the details right there. But what I'm going to do is we're going to grab the plunger. And the plunger is going to go ahead and plunge all of the details off of the card. Can't stick it too hard. Alright. I think we just got it. I think we just got all the details of the plunger. The keyboard grinder! Yo, yo, yo! How goes it? Welcome in, Winston. We're in the middle of the trick here. Chan the Magic Man has requested the 4-card trick, and so we're in the middle of that. But we just plunged all of the writing off of that card, because now if I show you, take a look, it has disappeared. Well, you guys know what happened. It didn't disappear. The plunger has it, right? So, now look, if I show you, they're all currently empty. But if I just go ahead and I drop all the stuff back from the plunger back onto a card, I think you'll be able to see it now. Because look, here it is. Notebook 14, Chan the Magic Man, 2025, 11 November 30th. Winston says the keyboard grinder says, I played some Initial D the other day. Awesome, man. All right. I'm going to ask you about that in a second. Keyboard grinder, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you kindly for the claps. Now, here's the thing. You will be able to tell the card that we signed for Chan the Magic Man because on the front, it has everything that he has told us to write on it, right? And on all of the other cards, they're blank. Now, I don't know if you know, but you may not know. But however, you can actually tell the card from the backs as well, because over here on these blank cards, we'll easily be able to tell the backs. However, over here, we will be able to tell Chan's card, because on the back of this is actually, thanks for 21 months, Chan the Magic Man. Chantastic. And that, my friends, is the 4-card trick requested by Chan the Magic Man. And thank you kindly for the resub and for being a mod, and thanks for helping me out, Chan the Magic Man. So thank you so much. Boom, there you go. All right, so
You just blew my mind.
first things first, I just realized amongst all of the initial excitement, I don't think I remembered to send my Discord message. So we'll do that first. I know some people got the message because you guys are here, but so thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let me catch up with the chat here. Yeah. All right. So keyboard grinder says, "Yo yo, how goes it?" It goes pretty well. Can't complain. Life's pretty good for the most part. I mean, the thing that I can complain about is finding a tech job in the very harsh economic environment of AI and offshoring against software engineers. But that aside, everything's going fine. Keyboard grinder says, I played some Initial D the other day. Dude, that's awesome. Some of the new Initial D, hopefully it was awesome. And Winston, thank you so much for the bits. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you kindly for the claps. The keyboard grinder, Chan the Magic Man. And Chan was like, yup. What? Now, I know that Chan knows how this trick works, but you can often surprise, because you don't know what might appear anytime, anywhere. And yes, Chantastic, says the keyboard grinder. And Bay JMB, thank you kindly for the applause. Charlie's Beats got the pog. And Bay JMB says, mind blown. Haven't seen that one, Bay JMB? So, the original trick is a lot less, I guess, mind blowing, I'd say. But the fact that I use blank cards and then we can customize it and personalize it makes it amazing. I actually have been using this basically once every paid gig because I can write something special for usually the birthday person or something to mention the event or whatever. So it's actually really nice. Let's see here. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. And it was much harder than I remember, says the keyboard grinder. Yeah. So the way that I played initially was on Initial D Arcade version 3, and like the first few stages were just really easy, but then every single one after that is like you've got to be on your racing game. But there's actually like a catch-up mechanic in it, so if you're not playing like hardcore mode or whatever, the catch-up mechanic is in effect. When you play in hardcore mode, there's no pity. So if you were behind, there's just basically no hope of catching up. BayJMB says, I haven't seen that version. That it was good. Oh, thanks, BayJMB. Greatly appreciate it. It means a lot knowing that you do know some stuff about Magic. So yeah. All right. Cool. So let's see. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats, which this trick, the one where it's ace on top, I did do at my last gig, and that was super fun. We can try and recapture the humor that I tried to get as part of that. So let's go ahead and let's see here. Ace, 2, 5. Okay. Here we go. Oh, hold on. I'm just going to place the plunger. Well, you know what? The plunger can be on camera, right? You guys want to continue seeing the plunger. No, it'll be more out of the way from you over here. Okay. There you go. I mean, misdirection. All right. So here we have the ace, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the ace of spades, which is the signed card of Charlie's Beats. 2 of spades, 3, 4, and 5. Now, where's the mini toilet to match the plunger, says Page A&B. I'm not going to lie. I just don't want to show it off. I don't want you guys to, like, laugh at me. Because, bidets are very expensive. And to show you my mini bidet, just, I don't want you to make fun of me, okay? I hope that that's okay. Maybe one, you know what? Maybe if I have a subathon and we get like 100 subs or something, I'll show you my mini bidet. Charlie's immediately got the sus. It's just like, yep. Maybe deep down inside, maybe Charlie knows the secret move of this trick. And the secret move is that I don't have a mini bidet. All right, so I don't know if you could tell, that was the magical move. And at this very moment, I have to explain to you that there's a self-correcting. So the name of this trick is ace on top. You can kind of see this there, right? What are you putting in the mini bidet? It's the mini plunger, right? Like, honestly, buying a bidet was one of the best decisions ever, says Bay JMB. All right, I've used a bidet very few times in my life, but I'll explain after we're done with the trick. But with this packet of cards, they like to self-correct and be in the correct order, ascending. So now, the card that's on top, it doesn't make any sense, because it should be the 5, right? But it's actually the ace. I know, super weird. Now if I remove the ace, the card that's on top should be the 2, because it's ascending, right? So 2. And then the one after the 2 is going to be the 3. And then after the 3 is the 4 and the 5. Now, important question. What card is this? I think it should be on top, right? It should be on top because it is on top. So here's the thing. People might believe me and think, oh, that's the 5. Some people who trust me slightly less is like, no, that could be the 4. And then people who have seen this trick before say, no, this is the ace. So look, if I use the plunger, wait, there we go. The plunger has picked up the ace. What follows the ace? The 2, the 3, the 4, and then the 5. You know, the plunger's kind of cute, guys. I really, I'm taking a fond likeness of the plunger. Charlie's Beats got the pog eyes right there. All right, so here's the thing. What card's on the top? If you were paying attention, you'll say the ace. Even if you weren't paying attention, I didn't do any magic, like just now. But here's the thing. If I take the ace and I place it not on the top and not on the bottom, right? If I just go ahead and you know what? We're just going to plunge it to the top. Isn't that how plungers work, right? If you put a plunger into the toilet and then you pump it, that gets all of the gunk out onto the top. So here we go. There we go. Now, by the way, I'm not saying that Charlie's Beats is gunk, okay? I'm sorry, Charlie, if that's what you... Please don't take that away from this. You're not junk. I'm just trying to use an analogy that the plunger gets stuff. Guys, Charlie, by the way, is very valuable to me. Charlie, you're very valuable. You're not junk. That's why I'm trying to get you out of the toilet, okay? See, if you ever got stuck in the toilet, I would try and get you out. I wouldn't leave you there. Okay. But here's the thing. Look, I can go ahead and I place Charlie's Beats clearly in the middle of the toilet. Okay, I don't know how this became the analogy now, but this is what we're going with. So look, Charlie's clearly going in the middle of the toilet, right? But look, all we have to do is plunge, and we're going to make sure that Charlie gets out of the toilet, because he's too valuable to leave in the toilet, so we're not letting him get stuck in there. Okay, all right. Now, what follows the ace? It's going to be the 2, right? And so here's the 2. But what if I take the 2 and place it furthest away from where it's supposed to go? So right here on the bottom. Now we can try and plunge. Charlie's already out, so he's safe. So we're just going to try and plunge the 2 up to the top here. And if we go ahead and flip this over, there we go. We've got the 2. Dallas Arlo Music, welcome in. How's it going? Hey, first time chat. Welcome in, Dallas Arlo Music. And I'm in the middle of a trick, but we're gonna finish this up, and then. So now I don't know if you guys know, but I could plunge the toilet while it's upside down. This is like the worst analogy ever. So, all right, here we go. In order to plunge the toilet properly with the cards like this, right? So, look, the 3 has got to jump into the middle. The ace has to go all the way up to the top. The 5 has to swap places with the 2, and the 4 has to tick over 1 position, right? However, I'm very talented with a plunger. That sounds so weird. Okay, all we have to do is find Charlie's Beats, because Charlie's Beats has gone through the process of being plunged out of a toilet before. And now he'll know how to get everything out. So look, we're going to plunge, plunge, plunge. And I don't know if you know, but just with one gigantic plunge, we'll clear the toilet. There we go. The toilet has been cleared. But not only that, we can see that Charlie's Beats victorious right here on the top. And what follows the ace? The 2. And what follows the 2? The 3. And what follows the 3? The 4. And what follows the 4? A 5. And that, my friends, is ace on top. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie's Beats. And of course, thank you so much for the resub and the gift sub. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I did miss an opportunity for a deuce joke. But I was thinking about it towards the end. I'm like, oh, I missed the opportunity. So, oh well. There we go. Thank you so much for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Bay JMB, and thank you for shouting out. Guys, if you're not following our friend Dallas Arlo Music, please give Dallas Arlo Music a follow. And thank you for shouting out Dallas Arlo Music. And GipsonLens, welcome in. Thank you so much for the watch streak. You're too kind. Thank you, Chan. All right, let's see. So while we're here, now that things have started to calm down a little bit, yeah, let's do shout outs for everybody. So Dallas Arlo Music, musician. I forgot if I did I rate in there or did somebody else rate in there and I was in there, or something like that. And so that's that's how I think we discovered Dallas Arlo Music. But I think maybe I've been in there twice. So. Well, guys, if you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, please give GipsonLens a follow. GipsonLens, pianist, composes his own originals, has put out his first album earlier this year, so definitely give Bert a follow. You rated one time, I believe. Ah, okay, excellent, thank you. My memory, I'm an old person, so there we go. All right. Guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man is one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a magic schedule, so give him a follow. Catch him on Magic Mondays, where he will do magic. If you catch him other times, he's playing retro games, community games, maybe Grand Theft Auto. Guys, you're not following our friend Winston, a.k.a. the Keyboard Grinder. Please give the Keyboard Grinder a follow. The Keyboard Grinder is a pianist, jazz keyboardist, probably is maybe the better way to describe it. But always cool chill time in his stream. He'll also stream in real life gigs where he's playing music at like the venue. So thanks for the shout out, my guy. Yeah, no problem. Let's see here. Guys, you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats. Of course, please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Charlie's Beats. Musician, gamer, composer, famous music Twitch chatter is probably the best way that I know him. So definitely give Charlie's Beats a follow. Also the signer of the Ace of Spades. So I mean, how can I forget that, right? Let's see here. Guys, you're not following our friend Bay JMB. Bay JMB is also a magician. I'm not sure how many magic streams you've had or done, but I think I saw that you were streaming something not too long ago. I'm sorry if I missed what it was. And then, let me see. Was that it? Alright, if I missed anybody and you want to shout out, let us know. But I am of the belief that anybody who streams puts a lot of work, puts time and dedication into it, and everybody deserves all of the recognition in the world, and that's all that I want for everybody. So let us know. If nothing else, you get to hear me say your username out loud in front of 10 of viewers. Okay. Princess Na! Crazy Haya! Welcome in, Princess Na. By the way, if you're not following our friend Princess Na, right on time, right on cue, please give Princess Na a follow. Princess Na, art streamer, but also Were you doing some singing too? Yeah, you were doing some singing recently, right? So I actually hopped in on a singing one, and then I'm like, oh, Princess, nah, it's normally doing. Oh, soon. Okay, all right, got it. You're normally doing art, right? Okay, Sapphire Stern, welcome in. Good morning, welcome in, Sapphire Stern. All right. Let's see here. Okay, currently the queue is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. And I haven't even opened my own queue on my computer, just so that I have it up for my own purposes. Let's see here. Okay, I double tribble. Welcome, and how's it going? Okay, I'm coming out of lurk to hear my name said to a dozen people. All right, sounds good. Is that how many are in here? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Guys, you're not following our friend Double Tribble, a.k.a. Ron. Double Tribble is a in real life streamer. Will talk about a bunch of different topics on his stream from where he lives, rural New Hampshire, which, by the way, is where I lived prior to where I'm living now. So definitely give him a follow. Goddess Ravenna, welcome in. How's it going? Yo, crazy Asian Miss Meh. Thank you kindly and welcome in. And guys, are not following our friend Goddess Ravenna. Goddess Ravenna is a DJ, plays a bunch of like house, dance, techno kind of music for on her stream. So definitely give our friend Goddess Ravenna a follow as well. Okay, all right. I is live. Oh, you are also live? Oh, okay. All right. So there you go. Shout out for you are also being live. All right. Sunday kicking butt. All right. Awesome. Let's see here. Okay. So once again, yeah, if anybody wants to request anything, the queue is open. Feel free to request. I got my Black Friday magic order in recently, and I bought 2 magic books and 1 new magic trick. I was very disciplined. I didn't like get a ton of stuff, but then again, I also am currently unemployed, so kind of keeps wraps on what I can get. I saw the new movie now. You see me now. You don't. Ah, excellent, Goddess Ravenna. Yes, I talked about that a couple weeks ago, and um, the new Now You See Me. So I had some things to say. It's not bad. It's very entertaining, but like there's very little like magic in that series of movies. But the third movie has probably the most. But unfortunately, it's like during that scene where they're trying to one up each other, like, hey, like they reference like so many historical magic things. That is like, oh, I recognize that. Oh, I recognize that. Oh, cool. But like the way that they did it, most of it was like, I don't know if you can do it that way. Like, so but Chan says, great movie. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Chan. Yeah. The one thing about it is like it's a great like action heist movie. So if you love any of those kinds of movies, like the Ocean's movies or like the Italian Job kind of thing, like this entire series is pretty much gonna hit this spot for you. So yeah, I saw them all. Nice. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Did you see the first two? Yes. I feel that it's important to see the first two because they reference like all the characters in the third one are basically characters from the first two. But even if you saw one of them, you might miss some of the other characters or the relationships between them because it's basically just a continuation of those. Um, BayJB says there was a lot more magic Easter eggs in the third one. Yes, I agree with you, BayJB. So not that I didn't enjoy it. Like I had fun watching it. It was cool, and I really hesitate to call movies like good or bad because I don't really think that captures like the true depth of like any movie really anymore. So I like to qualitatively describe a movie and then everybody, you know, you can decide for yourself whether you like the movie or not, right? Like, let's see. But mine's a bit more thunder. Oh, I love Mortal Magic as much as my my own goddess tier. Oh yeah, but mine's a bit more thunder and electric. Okay, so Goddess Ravenna is like Thor or female Thor. Cosmic. Love yours so much. Thank you, Goddess Ravenna. Yeah, I'm a fan of Sleight of Hand. That's what I enjoy. So Here, Noms lol. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. I see a request from Bay JMB. Thank you so much for that request for Overture. Oh yeah, the 4 coin trick. I have another. So one of the trick. Oh, you never got that one? Oh yeah, that's right. You know what? I'll put that one into the key. Wait. You never understood it? Yeah, 5 and has all 4. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and get ready to perform Bay JMB's request Overture. And we will use the the red 10s. Oh, hold on. This will probably mean. Let me just change camera views here. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's use the. What am I looking for? Okay. All right. So here we've got the 2 black aces and the 2 red 10s. And BayJMB requested this, so we're going to try and use BayJMB's signed 10 of diamonds. I mean, I don't have to try. I'm going to use it. That's part of the trick. But so look, I'm going to go ahead and place the 2 red 10s in between the 2 black aces. Okay. Now, if I don't do any magic and I just reverse count them, you will still see that the 2 red 10s are face up in the middle. And that's the state that they are in. But if I just go ahead and do one magical move, actually, normally I'll do a shake. However, maybe today we should plunge. Let's go ahead and plunge. I'm going to go ahead and plunge. And I don't know if you noticed, but during that plunge, that sounds so weird, guys. During that plunge, actually, they all swap places. So now the 2 black aces are face up in the middle, in between the 2 face down red 10s. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, I'm going to break a rule of magic. Normally, you don't do a trick twice, but we're going to go ahead and do that a second time. So, look, if I don't do any magic, I'm just going to reverse count the cards. The 2 black aces will still be face up in the middle. But if I go ahead and do a magical shake. Oh, actually, we're not shaking. We're doing plunging this time. Plunge, 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 plunge. Now, if I show you that plunger has plunged the 2 red 10s back into the middle in between the 2 black aces. Strange, huh? And that, my friends, is the plunger version of Overture. Would that be called like... Thank you kindly for the claps, Bay JMB. Would that be called like clogature? Clogoture? Clean, says Sapphire Stern. Thank you for the pun. Actually, you know what, Sapphire Stern? You are going to get... you're going to get this for that. There you go. Plunger over aces. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stirred, Charlie's Beats, Chan the Magic Man. Um, Alright, let's see here. So Bay JMV said, plunger over aces. Excellent. And then needs a plunger clap emote now. Okay, let me make a note for a plunger emote. I think, so I might have like 2 emote slots that I'm not using. I wasn't sure if I filled them. I think I filled all of my virtual one. Oh, sorry, not virtual. All my video ones, or all the, was it animated ones? For a second, I forgot what they were called. All right. So yeah, let me plunger emote. That's a good idea. I like that. Especially when I'm going to be using this, actually. All right. I find Canadian dimes 10 cents, and each one is a special year. Okay, interesting. What cosmic or non-cosmic magic is this? I think that's called statistics or randomness. I don't know. Okay, next up. we have a request from Sapphire Stern. Thank you so much for the request. And let's go ahead and let's see here. Okay. All right. First things first. We have the 4 twos. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 twos. What I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and show you how magicians will palm a card. But here's the rub. If I palm this card and at certain angles it'll look like that I'm not holding anything. But if I open up my fingers, you'll see that you can see the card there, right? So there's a technique called the invisible palm. So we're just going to go ahead and palm this card, but invisibly. I don't know if you can tell, but even if you were here, you could even take a quick glance. This is an excellent palm because ultimately nobody can see anything. It's invisible. And it won't become visible again until I allow you to see it. And so I can go ahead and just place it onto the table over here. And that's when you can see it. Now, some people will say that you should not repeat magic, the same trick twice. And to that I would say, we're going to break the rules again, because technically I did it earlier, right? And so once again, if I palm it but poorly, you'll be able to see this, however. But if I just go ahead and I palm it, but invisibly, I don't know if you can tell, it's invisible now. And it will be invisible until I place it down on the table, which is when I want you to see it, right? Right there. And so here, just remember this one, the 2 of diamonds, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and leave the 2 of diamonds here on the table just for a second. The other ones over here, right? And I'm going to palm the 2 of diamonds off from the deck, okay? So look, it's still there. You can still see it there. However, what we will do is we are going to palm it, and we're going to use a slightly different technique, okay? So here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually palming it right now. And now, here, I now have it in my hand. Okay. So now we'll place it down on the table because that's when I want you to see it. So here you go. Ads. That's unfortunate. Well, if I show you these 3, you know that these are not the 2 of diamonds, but the one I did place is the 2 of diamonds. And that, my friends, is the invisible palm. And let me see here. Thank you kindly for clearing that. Sephir's turn. Oh no, Sephir's turn is not sub, so. Alright. Let me know when back. um, let's see. Did I make Queen of Hearts or Ace of Hearts? Goddess Ravenna, both of those cards have already been signed, but if you ever want to sign a card, here's the way to sign a card. So it's not so much as a did you make, it's a if you get the opportunity to to sign a card. So I'm only having each card signed once, but once they're all signed, we'll switch decks, and that one will be empty. So, let's see. Let me catch up with chat here. Let's see. I got this. Ads. Yuck. Okay. It's beauty ads as if. Thank you kindly for the clap. Sapphire Stern, Chan the Magic Man. Sapphire Stern says, thank you. You're welcome. Let's see. Model. Don't need ads about this. K back. All right. Welcome back. Or not. Lol. Okay. 1 minute left. All right. Gotcha. Okay. So. I kind of feel bad that ads started up during that. So let me go ahead and I'm going to do a quick little thing after people say that they're back from the ads. Guys, if you are thirsty and you haven't hydrated in a bit, please feel free to hydrate. Tonight I'm having blood orange tea. So thanks for getting that hydrate, Chan. What you drinking? I'm blinking. I'm drinking blood orange tea tonight, herbal tea. So, all right. So yeah, I try not to have tea that has caffeine in it after a certain hour now. I used to think that it didn't affect me, and then I didn't. I stopped having it for a while, and I'm like, oh, it did affect my sleep. So I'm like, okay, now after a certain hour, I try not to have caffeinated tea. Uh, let's see, my favorite beverage is water. That's good. At least it's not. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody if they drink soda, but if you think about it, right? If you drink soda all the time, that's literally just a vessel of just high fructose corn syrup and simple sugar that's directly going into your body. But I mean, I assume everybody here is your own adults. You can make your own decisions. So, you know, I don't tell you how to live your life. You decide what you want to decide. I'm not your dad, right? Actually, there is one person in which I am somebody's dad, but she's should be asleep and is 4 years old, so shouldn't be watching my stream right now. Although she's watching this many years in the future because I saved my VODs. Uh, hi, darling. All right. Let's see. Cause reminds vodka for me. I can turn water into vodka. I mean, isn't vodka like the Russian word for water or something like that, or is that just a joke? Even to live streamers. All right. Rushing water is the same as Russian water. Yeah. It's pronounced pop, says Dallas Arlo Music. My apologies. Quitting pop made me lose so much weight, says Bay JMB. All right, so I do see a couple of other requests in the queue. However, I do feel bad that people were interrupted by the ad during the last. So I'm going to do a similar trick, but not that exact same one. Okay, so here we've got um, the aces. All right, so ace of spades, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to show you how we can make cards jump from one hand to another. So similar, but not the other one. So if you watch, the hand that has three, it's going to melt into two, and the one with two is going to just somehow split into a third one. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? I know. So, all right. Now, here's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and do that again, but we're going to make another. So we make one jump. So you see one melt away. I don't know if you can see that melt away. And then another one actually hops over here. I know, strange, right? Um, okay, so here's what we will do. I'm going to go ahead and leave, wait a second, full disclosure. You might have just seen something interesting. Shh, if you were paying attention. No, my card pulled. No, no, no. I mean, look, these are, right, these, okay, So here's the thing. I was using the four aces, but actually what I really wanted to do was use the twos because the last trick was the twos, and so you just saw a quick little thing. We saw nothing, says Double Triple. Hopefully you just don't remember. But look, if deep down inside I did want to use all the twos, so we can go ahead and make them change into all of the twos. And that, my friends, is the invisible, my version of, man, what's that called? Invisible hands. Invisible hands. uh, Alright, so hold on. Invisible hands. Alright, I'm going to do this one. And then I did see that we had, what was it? 4 burglars in, that was requested by Chain the Magic Man. Okay. All right. I can't. All I got's lol. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Double triple. Sapphire Stir. Chan the Magic Man. All right. Beer is making me gag right now. My sympathies. Yeah, I kind of stopped having beer mostly because I have a medical condition that is exacerbated by beer. So I've decided to drink a lot less of it. Let's see. Why do you want regular water? I mean, regular water is healthy for you, and it's simple, and it generally is free, I guess, for the most part. So, but who am I to say? Look, you drink what you want, but my opinion is drink healthy. Okay, let's see. Want to do share chat thingy? No. I I've decided a long time ago that I want to have like a very simple, intimate look, feel, and vibe here. So like I've decided not to ever have background music during my magic streams. So uh, I don't want to have any sort of music. Part of it is like a bunch of people in chat are like music Twitch friends, and I know that a lot of them might have multiple streams open. So who am I to say who to listen to? You might enjoy me with some soft jazz, which is probably what I would do. But some people might want to listen to something else. So okay. All right. Let's see here. Next up is the four burglars, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and use the four queens this time. Not necessarily because the burglars are queens, but because Chan the Magic Man has requested the trick and has signed one of the queens. So that's really the reason. Okay. All right. So first things first, we have the four queens here. We have the queen of diamonds. We have the queen of spades. We have the queen of hearts. And we have the queen of clubs, which is our signed card, Chan the Magic Man signed card. Now, oh, Goddess Ravenna, you might have been in the ad, but um, you can support by signing a card any of these methods. So, but all the queens I think are currently taken, so you won't be able to choose one of those until much later. So when I switch the Twitch deck to be a brand new deck, then you'll have your choice of every card, but all of the queens are taken. So like the Queen of Spades is taken by Malhaku, Kashmir Feline is taking the Queen of Hearts, and House Andrel is taking the Queen of Diamonds. So anyway, what we're going to do is have Chan the Magic Man be the ringleader of the attempt to rob a bank, and he's going to tell all these other streamers to basically go and do different things. So maybe this one will go to the safety deposit boxes. This one will go ahead and go to the cash registers. And this one will go to the vault. And they're all going to try and get in, take as much stuff as they can, and get out. And so now, if I go ahead and I place, so Chan the Magic Man is going to be watching out for the feds. But I don't know if you can tell, the feds have arrived. The feds will be represented by this plunger. And so the plunger will go ahead and plunge and pull all of the queens out from the bank on top of it, and they will all be able to escape. So there's the Queen of Clubs, Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Spades, and the Queen of Hearts, all signed. No duplicates, and they'll get away in their helicopter. Alright, thank you kindly for that request, Chan the Magic Man. Hopefully you enjoyed. Helicopter, helicopter, says Bay JMB. That's right. Alright, thank you kindly for the clap. Sapphire Stern, double triple, Chan the Magic Man. Sapphire says, "No, queens are captured." That's okay. They made it out. They made it out. It's fine. All right. Okay, next up we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Thank you, Charlie, for the request for the 4-to-1 switch. Hold on, which one? Okay. Sorry, sometimes I have to figure out and remember. Okay, so let's see here. I still don't know what that helicopter. I don't think it has much meaning. No, yeah, I don't. There's no helicopter thing. As far as I know, there's no helicopter meme. I mean, I'm, I'm just making it. I'm telling the story. It's just okay. All right. So next up, we have the Four Queens and the Charlie's Beat signed Ace of Spades. Now, if I go ahead and place Charlie over here, we are going to have a situation where I know that Charlie loves trying to go into everybody's chat, all the streamers' chats, right? But let's say they're all currently over here. But Charlie is over there. Well, Charlie is going to attempt to go to everybody's chat over here. However, I don't know if you know, um, when he goes over there, sometimes they all raid out and they're not there anymore. Because now Charlie is by himself. There's only one card over here. Well, wait, what's over there? Well, there's actually all the other streamers over here. So Charlie just has to come over here and watch all the streamers now. Ta-da! There we go. And of course, Charlie's new weapon, the plunger. Thank you for that request, Charlie's Beats. Hey, Goddess Ravenna, I'm going to ask you to stop claiming cards unless you are actually going to sign one that is empty the way that we want. So you can just stop talking about trying to claim cards. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Sapphire Stern, Double Tribble, Charlie's Beats, and thank you kindly for the lulls. Chan the Magic Man, the Keyboard Grinder. Thank you for the claps. The Keyboard Grinder. All right. Okay. So, thank you kindly for the claps. Dallas Arlo Music. Oh, where was I going with this? So, there's been a lot of stuff in the queue. Guys, the queue's empty. If anybody wants to see any more magic, feel free to request. Um, so I got my Black Friday magic order in. 2 books and 1 trick. I went through 1 book basically in 4 days. So the book was called The Approach. Now, this is basically not a magic book that divulges any sort of magic secrets or anything, but it is a book that basically advertises itself as a handbook to try and become uh, a working magician. Now, those of you who have heard me talking the last couple weeks know that I've just started taking paid gigs, and I just had my first paid gigs a few weeks ago, and I just did one last weekend as well. So I'm 3 paid gigs in, but I thought this was probably going to be a good time to read it because during Black Friday, this book was 50% off, and I wasn't sure what all the everybody was raving about because everybody in my Magic chat was like, "Man, you have to read The Approach. This book is amazing. This book is so good." And I'm like, "What could be so great about it? It's a book." And I start flipping through it, and it's not just like a textbook, and it's not like just a book of advice, even though it's kind of structured in a way that it does give you advice, but like it's structured like a workbook. So there's like the book asks questions of the reader and then expects that you, and there's like blank lines and pages and areas so that you can fill in whatever you need to. And I was like, wow, okay. But all the questions are like pointed. Everything is very well laid out, well organized. Everything is like short and to the point. Like it's sweet. Like to read through by the way, this book has like over 100 chapters because each tip or piece of advice is like one thing, but like they're 1 to 3 pages long. So I'm just like, wow, that was a nice, cool little tidbit of information. I did get a bunch of stuff that I was like, okay, that makes sense, or all right, I don't need this piece of advice. But like there were certain nuggets of in the book that I was just like, wow, I would have never thought of that, or maybe I would have discovered that, at gig 50, but not gig 3. So, I would have suffered for like a bunch of gigs. So I was like, all right, these are all good. So at the end of the day, especially like at 50% off for the Black Friday sale, I was like, this is worth it. And I was also enthralled. Like it was a very fun, cool read. So, and the author is like funny about it. He's like also antagonizing me like as the reader, and I'm just like, all right, dude, you're being a little rude, but you're not wrong, right? Like that's kind of how I kind of felt. Let's see here. What's it? Keyword Grinder says, "Oh wow, congrats! Oh yeah, Winston, if you didn't know, I've done 3 paid gigs already, and I have a couple more already on the docket set for the next few months." So Dallas Arley Music says, "That's epic!" Yeah. So I mean, and I'm not really. So in the book, it's really intended for me, and it doesn't really like by me. I mean the reader, and I don't think it's intended for it to share like everything. And so I would never go through every point of the book on stream or anything. But I do want to share that there was like certain things that or very relevant to me right now. So like a couple of the chapters or tidbits or whatever you want to call them, they talked about like how to quote, what to quote, how to get gigs, how to price, and it's like, wow, these are questions that I was thinking about the last couple of weeks. And then like, how do you get more gigs? And it's like, oh, what should go on a business card? And I've already made business cards, but I kind of quote unquote cheated because I made my business card just QR codes basically, and they go to a landing page, and so I can change the landing page whenever. But I'm like, oh, okay, this is relevant now. By the way, so there's the hire me side, and here's the social media side. Although to be honest, everybody has access to all the links basically through like here in my Discord or whatever. Um, yeah, I've been giving these out, and I got a couple of leads just by giving out business cards. I'm on Gig Salad now officially, so I'm getting Gig Salad leads. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, Dallas Arlo Music asks, "What's your magician name? If it's a secret, that's also fine." No, there's no secret, but I'm not calling myself Crazy Asian the Magician. I'm just calling myself my name, Nam, my full name, Nam Ngo Magician. So that's it. Nothing special. Trying to make it like a little bit professional now. I don't think I'll have like a stage name. Delicious. Magical Asian, says the keyboard grinder. First of all, if I said that, I wouldn't delineate myself amongst the other great magical Asians. Like, I don't know if you've heard of Shin Lim, but he is magical and Asian and has won uh, AGT, so America's Got Talent. He's also fooled Penn and Teller. So I mean, I don't know if that would delineate. I like that, like a real wizard. Yeah, cool, says Sapphire Stern. Yeah. So by the way, if anybody didn't hear, my gig during last weekend was actually a my first quote unquote real gig because the first two were like a library like class. Like I did an introduction to sleight of hand. My second one was a kid's birthday party, but the parents were like my former colleagues. So the one I did last weekend was like first paid gig, complete strangers, never met before, but it was a 30th birthday party and it was themed Harry Potter. And I'm like, not that I'm in love with Harry Potter, but I've seen some of the movies. I know what's going on. I'm part of nerd geek culture, and I was like, this is like my kind of party, and it was awesome. So, and I did very well. I went through and I recapped all the tricks I think that I did last week, but I counted them up. I did basically 28 tricks in 2 hours. So the pace was almost double what it was for a stream. Because obviously, like right now, I'm just kind of, taking time to shoot the breeze with you guys. But yeah. So let me go ahead and get ready for the next trick. Thank you for the request. Charlie's Beats. Dallas Ollie Music says, "A wizard in a book or whatever wouldn't go by the amazing." Oh yeah, so it could be the amazing. I could be master magician, right? By the way, there's no like enforcement. You can name yourself anything, and there's no magical like association or anything that's gonna call you on like whatever. So, and at the end of the day, your magician name is basically all marketing. All right, let me go ahead and find some cards here, and then we can go ahead and do. Okay, there we go. Wee! I'm back, says Goddess Ravenna. My magician name? I don't know. Are you a magician as well, Goddess Ravenna? Like a performing magician? All right, cool. So this. Oh, hold on. This is not going to look that impressive unless you see things. We'll leave the plunger on screen because why not? All right. So this trick is called, thanks to Walton, I found this out much later, but I used to call it red packet, black packet because, well, it involves a red packet and a black packet. All right, so over here, what we've got is we've got black spot cards, and I'm just going to lay them out like this. So black spot cards, black spot cards, black spot cards. Okay. And then over here, we have got red face cards. So here we've got red face cards, okay? Now I'm going to slowly swap um, red face cards with black spot cards. So here we'll put one in, but I don't know if you know, you won't be able to see it because we're going to plunge it out. Plunge, 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 plunge. So here we go. Now if I show you, it's red, 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 red. So those were just red face cards, right? Because we plunged it out. So look, I'm going to go ahead and swap another one. And we're going to plunge that out as well. Plunge, 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 plunge. Does this look furious? Does this look funny? To me, it sounds funny to me. But look, you can just see red face cards. Now, some people think that I can only do this one card at a time, but actually, let's go ahead and do this two cards at a time. So let's do the last two all at once. I do have to plunge twice as hard now, though. That was like double time. It's funny, lol, says Dallas Arlo Music. All right, so here we go. If you can't tell, it's going to appear as though we got all the black spot gunk out of there, which, by the way, is likely toxic black mold if you are actually seeing this grow. Now I ask, where are the black spot cards? A lot of people say down here, but actually, you're kind of half right. I don't think they're the black spot cards you're thinking of, though, because, there's two black spot cards down here. And so they happen to be the aces, the black aces. The other two cards are not black spot cards at all, but red spot cards. They're the other two aces, the red aces. And that, my friends, is the plunger version of this trick. So there you go. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. And tell us all our music with the lull. Thank you for the lull. I'm glad that you I'm glad that you laughed. Thank you kindly for the claps. Double Triple, Sapphire Stern, Dallas Arlo Music, Chan the Magic Man. I has died, Goddess Ravenna says. Alright, we're going to use your godly powers to revive you, Goddess Ravenna. There you go. You have been revived. Okay. All right. Queen of Hearts is not available. Sorry. You'll have to wait until I switch decks after we fill this one. Which, for the record, I think there's maybe 10-ish cards left that are not signed in this deck. So after those get signed, we will switch the decks, and then every card will be open. But it will be first come first serve on streams. So. All right. Let's see. Currently, the queue is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Otherwise, actually, yeah, there is one trick I've been practicing, and there is a chance I could mess it up on stream. But it is, check this, guys. It is not a card trick. Whoa, what? No way. Nam knows a non-card trick? Oh my god, right? Like, oh, Winston is attempting. Oh, are you attempting to get the Devil's Elevator? Okay, yeah, I can do that for you, Winston. Hold on. Devil's Elevator. I know what you meant, especially after the wrong song. That made it very clear. All right. That, however, interfere with human free will. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got you. I got you, Winston. Okay. Now let's see. First things first. Let's go ahead and find. We're gonna need some red sixes and nines. And then instead of using the 5, we can use the 7 of spades because that was signed by the keyboard grinder. So we'll go ahead and use that. Although I seem to not be able to find cards right now. Although I don't have to hide this part, so. Alright, let me see here. 4, 2, looking for the 3. Where's the 3 of spades? I know it is here. 3 of spades, there you go. And then 9 of diamonds. Sorry, guys. The hardest part of the trick is finding the cards. Oh, 9 of diamonds has. So, yeah, here's the short list of cards that haven't been signed yet. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So, 11. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. So, here we have the. Oh, by the way, I'm using the red sixes and nines because at certain angles it will appear as though it says 666. However, um, we may not, but because the trick is called the Devil's Elevator. So now we're going to be using. Normally we would use the two. God is remote. Thank you so much for the what the hell from Stephen Hay. I forgot I set up a bunch. Thank you for that. So normally I would use the 2, 3, 4, and the 5, but we are going to be using keyboard grinders 7 of signed 7 of spades. Okay, so I'm going to leave the 4 red sixes and nines over here, and we're going to go ahead and place the other cards down here. So here's the 7 of spades, and then here's the 4, the 3, and then the 2. Now we'll place the 2 on the top. Now, if you haven't seen this trick before, the hell is not just a religious place, it is a business. And if you're ever caught in the levels of hell, so each one of these cards will represent the level of hell. So we'll place the 2 here in the second level of hell. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If you ever find yourself stuck down there, you will find that it's going to be tough to exit. But all you have to do is find the devil's elevator and press the elevator button, and it'll bring you up to the uppermost level, the top level of hell, which is then the one closest to the surface, so you can then escape. And so, Hell's Kitchen, sorry, Gordon Ramsay's is Dallas Arlo music. Not, you know, maybe one day this could be that version. But now the 2 has come up to the top. All right, next up we have the 3. So here we've got the 3. I'm going to place the 3 into the third level of hell, first, second, third. But the 3 knows how to get out. It's going to get in the devil's elevator, press the elevator button. The elevator will come up to the top level. I don't know if you can tell, but the 3 has hopped back up to the top. Now, some people think that some of these people are already in hell. And, you know, that might not be a bad belief, but here, I'm going to show you that these are just the same red 6s and 9s we've been using the whole time. But now we're going to go ahead and place the 4 into the 4th level of hell. First, second, third, fourth. And I don't know if you can tell, but look. You know what? They have to also get into the elevator, press the elevator button. But the elevator gets stuck. So now we're going to have to plunge the elevator out through the shaft. That sounds so... Alright, we're going to plunge the elevator out through the shaft. That's... Okay. Alright, I don't know if you can tell, but look, it has successfully plunged the 4 of spades. Dallas all music with the lulls. Plunge the shaft, says Princess. Nah. There we go. Now but that was not the deepest the plunger can go. Some people think that there are only 4 levels of hell, but there's at least 5 because we're going to use this. And you know, each level of hell matters. So look, we're going to go ahead and place Winston deep down in the depths in the keyboard grinder in the 5th level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, 5th. But I don't know if you know, the keyboard grinder can now experience plunging the shaft. I'm sorry, Winston. That's not how I meant it to come out. That's what he said. All right, here we go. 1, 2. All right. Do we get it? Did we save Winston? Did we save the keyboard grinder? Here we go. We have saved the keyboard grinder. And if we look back in hell, this is the same 6s and 9s that we've been using the whole time. And that, my friends, hey, Winston, thank you so much for the 150 bits. Hey! Even after I said I was plunging you out the shaft, that still wanted to give me some bits. Thank you. Appreciate it so much. Ads, thank you kindly for the applause. Princess Na, and thank you for the claps. Dallas Arlo Music, Sapphire Stern. Thank you kindly. Okay, alright. Next up, we have a trick requested by Charlie's Beats, which is Mad Monty. Oh yeah, so one of the interesting things that the book, The Approach, asks is, what is my repertoire? And I'm like, oh, okay. I know at least 80 tricks that I can name in my repertoire because I could just check on my trick list, right? And I basically have to thank you guys at chat and the community because um, I get so much practice with these tricks because of stream and because of, just you requesting them or randoming them. And it, like, there are actually some magicians who will do a set, but their sets are fixed and they don't have that much more extra material. And the fact that I can basically entertain for like hours with like just a deck of cards and maybe some blank cards is like insane. So like even the Harry Potter gig, even though I did have like maybe three or so tricks that were not card tricks, everything else was a card trick. And I think a lot of magicians will probably find themselves like, for some reason I feel like that there's this bad rap of just people only doing card magic, and I'm like, I could be entertaining, and I feel like I've gotten enough practice and we've done some fun stuff here, and it's like I was able to translate that to live gigs, right? And so I plan on taking this, I'm improvising like on live gigs too. Like when I go there, ask a couple about something. It's like, oh, they're talking about love, and the other day I was able to do one for um uh, my aunt and uncle-in-law is probably the relationship to me, but they came to visit, they caught up, and I did a trick. It's not on my list, but it's intended for like, I did it because it's called Anniversary Waltz, so that's the name of the trick. But I did it for them, and they were like, "What?" And so they totally enjoyed that, and I was like, "Yeah." The keyboard grinder says, "Great way to connect with people." Absolutely, yeah, because the entire idea is that I entertain them, but I'm also making a connection with them. So, um, Double Triple says, "Back." Oh, Princess Na has redeemed Super Size Me. All right, we will have to do a trick with Super. And then, so glad you're here, crazy. All right, thank you, Princess Na. And then Dallas Arlo Music says, have to head to bed. Thanks for the fun, goofy vibes. All right, Dallas Arlo Music, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, and good to see you. We'll try and catch you later. And then where was I? Oh yeah, great to connect with people. Yeah, so ultimately, at the end of the day, if you want to make a lot of money doing magic, what I'm doing is close-up magic, not what you're going to do. If you want fame and fortune, that's like stage magic. But if you want to connect with people, give somebody a gift of like a good memory of like a fun time, or make them feel like a sense of wonder. Like the gift that you give them with close-up magic is just entirely different, right? Than I pay a ticket and see some crazy thing, but everything is suspicious on stage, kind of thing. So delicious. Thanks for that heat map, whoever gave that to me. um, Princess Na says, I like magic because it inspires curiosity in people. Yeah, absolutely. You always get a lot of questions. And honestly, um, sometimes you're like, oh man, how did you do that? And I don't think anybody really expects like a magician to tell you, how you did something. But it really encourages other questions after that. Like, oh, how long have you been doing magic? What got you into magic? Or they start talking about the magicians that they've seen. And it's like, oh, what do you think of? And it's like, oh, can you do these tricks? And it, ultimately, like, it's another way to get a conversation rolling, but you just use magic, right? So um thank you for getting that. Eat Chan the Magic Man. The keyboard grind says not as much connection with stage magic. Yeah, I just feel it's pure entertainment. Yes, I do agree with you, um because especially when you're on stage, especially if there's multiple people, like you usually have like a very short time span, and you basically have to perform your act, give everybody the visual and like mental amazement, and then that's it, right? But there's something to be said where if magic occurs just in your fingers, like, so my mom is visiting from out of town, and she heard that I did some paid gigs, and she's like, last night she was like, "Oh, can you show me some magic now? I don't have to pay." Right? So I'm like, "Yeah, of course I'm gonna show my mom magic, and she doesn't have to pay." But she was like, "You're good. You got really good." She has an Asian accent, of course, because so she said, "You're good." Is probably the way that she would say it. Um, and the keyboard grinder says, "It's impressive, though." Yeah. One of the most encouraging comments I got from the last gig was that there was a girl sitting next to me while I was doing some tricks, and then at the end she was like, "I'm sitting right here. I can't see how he's doing anything. And I'm like, sweet, the practice paid off, right? So, yeah. And let's see, Princess Nat says, yeah, close-up magic is more impressive because they look really hard for the trick it can't find. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what this girl said. Yeah, Princess Nat says, sorry, Ma, $20. If only. If only. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Oh, the next trick is Mad Monty. So let's go ahead and get ready for Mad Monty. And I have messed up this trick before, so let's hope I don't mess it up this time. But... Oh, hold on. Princess Na, if you want to request a trick, I'll try and do it with jumbo cards. I do see your request. We're gonna... You know what? Let me just put a placeholder. I'll do a Magician's Choice with the jumbo cards, and then we'll figure out. And then, let me see here. Jumbo. Whoops. No, it's okay. No, it's not okay. We're gonna do it. I mean, with the exception on if you have to leave. I mean, we'll still do it. But first, we're gonna do this one, Mad Monty, and then okay. All right. So this trick is a Monty. Well, when you have a trick requested, you can use big cards with that. Then use it. Oh, okay. All right. There we go. All right. So here we have the 10 of diamonds and the 10 of hearts. Now, the 10 of diamonds is currently on the top. If I was to flip this 2 times, 1, 2, which one would you think is on the top? I think you would normally say 10 of diamonds, right? Because that's still the case, and the 10 of hearts is down on the bottom. But now I'm going to turn it a different number of times. Let's do 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, would you be impressed if the 10 of diamonds was on the bottom and the 10 of hearts was on the top? Or would you be more impressed if the 10 of hearts was on the top and the 10 of diamonds was on the bottom? Feel free to lock in your guesses in your mind. If you want to put it in chat, that's fine too. Up to you. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the plunger. The plunger is going to secretly do some magic to the cards, okay? So here we go. 1, 2. Now, if you guessed 10 of diamonds or 10 of hearts, you would be incorrect because the plunger has changed the cards. Because the plunger knows that when Charlie's Beats requests a trick, we're going to try and use Charlie's Beats signed Ace of Spades. And we didn't before, so now we have to correct that. And here we go. That, my friends, is Mad Monty starring the plunger. Thank you kindly for the claps. Princess Nah, thank you for the mind blown Sapphire Stern, and thank you for the claps. Double Triple. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man. Alright. Let me pull out big cards. Never gonna see plungers the same way again. I mean, I'm sorry, or you're welcome. Whichever is more appropriate. Just whatever you do. Alright, guys, don't open your mouth. Just don't do it, okay? Just wait. Just don't move. Just right there. Just hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's get this gigantic deck of cards out. So first of all, if you've never seen, it looks time to see if I'm 4 of diamonds. You know, wouldn't this be a great trick? Princess Na, imagine you're in wherever you are right now. I mean, I guess you don't have to imagine. You're right there. Just put out your hands just like this. And I snap my fingers. And then 4 diamonds appear in your hands. You'd be freaked out, wouldn't you? Oh yeah, let me get some cards for the size comparison. Yes, please, says Princess Na. Yes, please. All right. So first order of business. This is a regular standard poker size playing card. So this is the deck that is the supersized deck. So it is about, I would say, 4 of these. I think it's a little bit smaller than 4 of these, but if we line these up like this, like so. So there we go. So like it's a little bit off, like wider this way. If you line them up, it's a little bit shorter, but you get the idea. So yes, as you can imagine, it is pretty difficult to potentially do some sleights with these. So we're going to try our best to do something. There's this one trick that I was thinking, oh, maybe I should do that one, and then I realized, no, that's the one that I should not do. So we're gonna do a different one. All right. Let's go ahead and find. Oh, hold on. I'm just gonna clear the plunger mostly because I'm gonna need the table space for these things. All right. Let's first find some red face cards and black spot cards. Okay. Then let's see. I think it would be nice if I could find the other black 10. So this is sometimes a true challenge because I do not know. I think I've done this one before with jumbo cards, but anyway. I feel like shuffling those is a workout for your fingies. Yeah. So actually, yeah, if you just want to see a shuffle, it's like it's massive. Okay, the size of this is like massive. All right, let's see if I can bridge this. Ready? Uh oh, look at that. That was probably pretty sweet. That felt satisfying from my side. Guys, that was good for me. Was it good for you? Was it good for you? Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. Wait. Oh yeah. Red. Okay, red face cards, black spot cards. All right. We are going to simulate oil and water. Now, if anybody has ever attempted to mix oil and water in with each other in real life, what happens? They separate, right? Now, some magicians will say, "Oh yeah, the black ink and the red ink, blah blah blah." We all know that it's simulation, and so I'm just going to simulate it with these black spot cards and red face cards. Okay, so I'm going to intermix them here as best as I can. So here we go. Black, red, black, red, black, red, black, and red. Jernanigans, thank you so much for the raid. Brain is already doing backflips, says Princess Nat. Alright, my hands are up. I will wait for all the emotes, but welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? Thank you for the shout out to Jernanigans mods, and welcome in, Jer. Guys, you're not following our friend Jernanigans. This is Jer Roke's second account, or alternate account. I'm not sure if it's second. It could be like a third or fourth, but I don't know. But this is where Jer is maybe playing games, doing other things besides music. So, but of course, definitely also follow Jer Roke if you're not following Jer Roke. But thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're having a. I talk English good. I'm Asian. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Hopefully, you had a wonderful stream. Hopefully, everything went well. And thanks for bringing your Raiders and community over here. All right. We're going to take a quick peek at the bottom card. I swear I didn't cheat during that raid, but by the way, misdirection. That was like free misdirection. But now if I show you the top card, it's actually a red card. Yeah, follow it. Always looking for more music. Oh yes. Yeah, if you follow Jernanigans, you'll probably find a link to Jer_Roque ROQUE. That's the main music one. So if you're not already following Jer Roque. But anyway, so I don't know if you could tell, but look, all of the red face cards have floated up to the top. I'll follow both then. Awesome. Well, thank you for following. Uh, Wait, is it just because these are gigantic? Hold on. All right, guys. We are going to start over. Not necessarily because I messed up, but we were interrupted. We had a raid in there, so that's why. Chan, thank you for the mulligan, Chan. Okay. All right. Okay. So, I wouldn't want to deprive the raiders of seeing the entire trick, right? Like, yeah, no, no, definitely not. Lol, says Chan. All right. So, here we go. Red face cards. Right here, right? Sus is that first turn. All right. Now, black spot cards. Okay. So here's what we want to do. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and intermix these black cards with these red cards. Okay. So here. Black, red. We're taking a quick ad break. All right. Black. All right. You guys keep me honest that are still here. Black and red. Okay. Black, red. Oh, ads. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to start over, but not because I messed up the trick, but because ad break, right? Ad break. Going to... All right, let me know when back. Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. Start over. We'll start over. It's okay. We will start over when ad break is done. Okay. Cool. In the interim, oh yeah, so here's the let's actually shout out Jer Roque. So that's Jer's other account. So if it gets messed up again, you can still play the ads. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I can do this trick no problem with with regular size cards, but um, Jumbo is its own additional challenges. Hey, E-Room. Thanks for the bang. Welcome in E-Room. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. Uh, Thank you for shouting out our friend E-Room. Guys, if you're not following E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. Double Triple says, I can't imagine how you do that with big cards. I know. Oh, why you shoot me, says Princess Na. Haha. You know what, Princess Na? Sometimes when I read your name, all I want to do is go, na 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 na. So yeah, there you go. Don't shoot the princess, guys. No, no, isn't there there's a game. It's called Slay the Princess. Isn't that it? It's a video there's a video game called Slay the Princess. All right, are we back? I'm hoping we're back. Are we back? All right. All right. So, here we go. FYI, first try, first try. This is definitely not a redo. This is definitely not a mulligan. This is definitely we're going to do this the first time, okay? So, look, red face cards. Red face cards are over here. Black spot cards are over here. Now, what I want to do with these The keyboard grinder says, I went to an Asian market. You know, that almost sounds like the beginning of a limerick. I went to an Asian market, and there they had something where I could park it. I don't. I bought some kimchi and then filled with glee, and then I went home to market. I don't know. I feel threatened, says Princess Na. So anyway, sorry. The keyboard grinder says, I went to an Asian market one time, and they had a package that said princess meat. Okay. All right. We're going to intermix cards for this oil and water simulation. So here we go. Black, red. Do it again. Black, red, black, red, black, and red. Okay. Keyboard grinder says, E-room, yo, what's up? I assume I got the feeling right there. It'd be hilarious if the princess meat was karage, which, was that your alternate name or your previous name? Princess Na says, it was actually some kind of chicken. Oh, brings new meaning to it tastes like chicken. Oh yeah, hold on. Let's look at the bottom. The bottom is a black card. And now if we look at the top, that's actually a red card. Now, and Eroom says, hi, keyboard grinder, surrounded by like 3,000 Legos and 12 cats. Whoa. Amazing. So, I don't know if you guys know, but look, all of the red cards have floated up to the top. I don't know if you can see, but look, all of the red cards have floated up to the top. I know, is that strange? Strange. Now, I can see that there's no applause. So therefore, I must do this trick again with the jumbo cards. Red face cards. Maybe you thought I was cheating. I am a sleight of hand card magician. So last time we started with a black card. However, black sunk down to the bottom. So perhaps instead of this time starting with a black card, I should start with a red card, and that would be much more fair. And so here we go. Red. Okay. And then, of course, black. Red. Black. Red. All right, let's speed this up. Black, red, black. Okay. And now they will separate. Yeah, I don't know where that sound effect came from. Definitely didn't come from my mouth. Certainly not. Now, if we take a look at the top card here. Now, before red floated up to the top, but it started with red, and then it should be black, red, black, red, black, red, black, right? But this is a red card, and I started with a red card, right? But this should be red if you don't believe in the simulation. But if you believe in the simulation, then it should be black, red, black, red, black, red, and black. And that, my friends, is oil and water with jumbo cards. I wonder what this trick is like for someone who's colorblind. That is a great question, Princess Na. And so that's another reason why I use spot cards and face cards. because usually they'll be able to pick out that these are face cards and these are spot cards. Thank you kindly for the claps. Princess Nah, Charlie's Beats. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps. Double, triple, Sapphire Stern, E-Room. Oh, nice! Yeah, so that's like kind of the idea. Also, oftentimes when there's like a color blindness, there's like a couple of versions that are common color blindness. So there's red-green color blindness. And so they might not be able to tell the difference between red and green, but they'll oftentimes still be able to tell like red and black. Black is because it's like a lack of color, or sorry, a lack of light being reflected. So usually, even people who are colorblind, unless like it's a highly saturated color, so that the saturation is the same and the reflectivity is the same, they can typically tell the difference still. The other kind is like, I forgot, was it like blue something? Is it red blue color blindness or something like that? I don't remember the other kind, but the other kind's more rare. I think red green is more common. Ooh, or maybe you can make a trick where you do this, but you reveal the cards, they're all blue. Or all jokers. I mean, we have tricks like that. We can do something like that. Okay, alright, now I still have these cards out. So, you know what we need to attempt to do? We need to try and do the face-up version. So here, I'm going to go ahead and take a black spot card and put it amongst the red face cards. And I'm going to take the red face card and place it amongst the black spot cards. Now, I'm going to go ahead and square this up. And I'm going to put this in the queue, just so I know. Now, magicians will sometimes snap for effect, but actually, that's not what they're doing all the time. Here, if you watch, ready? I don't know if you could tell, but I actually just kicked the wrong colored card into the correct pile. I know, that's super hard to believe, but if I show you over here, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 black spot cards. And over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red face cards, right? I know, super weird. So, but now, let me just go ahead and we are going to go ahead and place. Oh, is there enough space for this on the camera? Hold on. Okay, we're going to place 2 and 2. And then, so what we've got is 2 and 2. I'm going to take 2 red face cards, place it on 2 black spot cards. 2 black spot cards, place it on 2 red face cards. And now, I'm going to go ahead and do that snap again. I don't know if you saw it, but they just kicked them back into the other pile, because now if I show you, this is all red, 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 and over here is black, 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 black. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, this trick has been known as the face-up oil and water, but there's only just one part of this trick that's going to be face down, and it's actually going to be this part right here, okay? So here, I'm now going to take this black spot card, place it amongst this red, take this red one, place it amongst this black spot cards here, and we're just going to do this and this. Okay, and now when I snap, I just kicked everything back into the correct pile, because now if I show you, black, 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 and over here, red, 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 red. And that, my friends, is a switch-in time, also known as the face-up oil and water. Whew, okay, that's so friggin' cool, says Princess Na. Thank you kindly for that compliment, Princess Na, and thank you kindly for the claps. Princess Na, double triple, E-Room, Sapphire Stern. Thank you guys so much. Okay, I'm going to do something, and this may give away this particular trick on stream, but alright, here we go. This is a jumbo card. So here we go. King of Hearts. Ready? 1, 2. Did that look horrible? That looked horrible, right? Just wanted to confirm. Please let me know. So looked bad. Yeah, yeah. Or did it look okay? I'm assuming it looked bad. Lol says E-room. All right, so I think that's confirmation. It actually looked kind of cool. Oh, did it look cool? All right, hold on. Hold on, let me, because it was blocking my face for the camera. All right, so yeah, it looks sus, right? Okay, so 1, 2, and Hoo! Oh, oh, that might have looked okay. That looked okay. That looked okay, right? Like it morphed away. Oh, okay. That's nifty. Okay, all right. So here we go. All right, I'm just gonna try doing it, but with the flick. I don't think this will hide it at all. Okay, ready? 1, 2, and yep, that one probably looked pretty bad. That's okay. That's okay. All right, should look hopefully I don't mess this up. Should look hopefully something more like this. Here we go. 1, 2. There we go. I thought that looked clean actually. Oh yeah, we'll show you the way where I use my hand to cover it, right? So eyes. Yeah, there we go. Whew. Okay. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Cool, says Sapphire Star. Thank you. Thank you. All right. What else? Well, so we have the gigantic deck. We should do something funny from it. I once saw somebody do a trick kind of like this, but so the goal here is not to do magic, but I'm going to make you laugh. Okay. So, or at least that's the goal. All right. Here we go. All right, everybody. Pick a card, any card. Look at it, memorize it. So let's pretend you actually choose this one. You can choose any of them. It doesn't really matter. All right. Okay, so I want you to look at it, memorize it. Oh, no, that's a very bad example. All right. Pick a card, any card. Let's choose something that's not like a joker. Pick a card, any card. Look at it, memorize it. Okay, there you go. So try and remember that, all right? Okay, excellent. All right, so now I want you to put it back in the middle of the deck anywhere you want, okay? So go ahead and put it back anywhere in the middle of the deck. Right there? Okay, good. That's exactly where you need to put it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and try and shuffle up these cards, okay? And we're going to get it mixed up. Your card is definitely missing somewhere in the middle of the deck, okay? There's no possible way that I would know exactly where your card is. Absolutely not. No way. But you know what we should do, so we get a really good mix. You know what? We should definitely do a riffle shuffle, okay? So let's go ahead and attempt to do a riffle shuffle. Here we go. All right, ready? All right, there we go. Yes, no, I absolutely don't know where your card is. No way, no way. Okay, all right. So I bet you that I'm gonna cut directly to your card, okay? Ready, set, right here. Okay, guys, I've cut directly to your card, right here, okay? I don't know if you can tell. All right, what was your card? It wasn't the 3 of diamonds? No, okay. 3 of diamonds? No, all right. Okay. I know, it was this one. It's definitely this one right here. 7 of clubs? No, not that one either? Hold on. Let me take a look. Let me try and find your card. Guys, I'm having a really tough time here. What's your card? There's no way. There's no way. I think your card is missing. Actually, I think your card is missing. Okay, all right. You know what? Hold on. Can you guys go ahead and just tell me what your card was? I just need to know. Okay, go ahead and tell me what your card was. Can just somebody in chat just tell me? Like, look, I think I messed this trick up, okay? We're taking a quick ad break. Oh, I'm sorry. Ace. Oh, okay. All right. So, Let's go ahead and take a look. Ace of clubs. All right. I think. Okay. All right. Okay. Here it is. Ace of clubs. Right here. Was it this one? Ad. Okay. Ad breaks. All right. Let me know when back. All right. There you go. My hands are up here. Feel free to hydrate. Anyway, so those of you who are still here, I had a really interesting week. So I have an interview coming up this week. My mom is currently here, as I mentioned earlier, hosting her until she goes home. And then I've got a magic gig, not this week, but next week. And then I got a chance for another magic gig, like basically the week before Christmas. And they booked me, and I'm like, okay. And it was like a very interesting. So I think I'm going to be going to a bar, and I'm going to be doing bar magic at the end of December. So that'll be interesting. Um, I feel comfortable at bars, so that's not an issue. But originally the booking was only requesting a half an hour, and I'm like, half an hour? It's like I don't even know, is that worth me quoting and like. But I'm like, all right, let me quote it low and then just see what happens, and it was fine. So I'll be going to do that. But yeah. So full disclosure, I didn't come up with this trick. I did see something like it on a YouTube video, but I was like, oh, I should totally do this. All right, Sapphire Stern's back. Okay, okay, all right. Welcome back. So Ace of clubs. Is this it? I bet you this was it. Okay. But actually, I don't know if you guys can tell. This is the Ace of clubs that is probably that goes with this deck, right? Because if you take a look, there's actually no other Ace of clubs here. I don't know if you can tell. Here's the other black ace. And here's the two red aces. But there's actually no other Ace of clubs here. And so that, my friends, is the trick. All right. Anyway, I'll say we messed that one up. I couldn't find it the first 2 or 3 times. So there we go. There you go. Okay. Take any job. 30-minute gig this time may turn to a 60-minute gig soon after. Yeah, that's definitely true. And also, like, I'm relatively beginner-ish. I mean, I think my magic's pretty solid. I think I'm entertaining. But I don't have that many gigs under my belt. So, but yeah, networking is very important because how do you find more magic gigs? Typically through word of mouth. So, for sure. And also, it's at a bar, and so I think I'll have the chance to at least give out my business card and stuff. So perhaps that will work out. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern, double triple, E-Room. Thank you kindly. All right. So, um, I have not done the usual uh, coin matrix, so let me go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and do that now. Let me coin matrix. And then I want to do the cardless coin matrix as well. Then I'm going to do a magician's choice. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so we have the 4 coins. I'm going to place in 4 different corners. Oh, would this be fair? So I'm going to cover each coin with a card if I use the jumbo. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. There we go. Although it probably would be pretty funny, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover each coin with a card, and we will go ahead and teleport coins from corner to corner. And we are gonna go ahead and make this one jump from here to there. Don't blink, it happens pretty quick. And then this one from here to there. Once again, don't blink, it happens pretty quick. And then this last one goes from here to there. There we go. That's the standard coin matrix. Now we're going to do the cardless one. And by the way, because of how much practice I've made myself do on stream, I did this one at the live gig as well, and it turned out pretty well. We've got 1, 2, 3 over here, and then 1 over there, and then we're going to do the finale that I like now. So we do this, and then usually this finale really gets people now. There we go. And that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, double, triple, Sapphire's turn, and thank you for the applause, double, triple. Thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room. All right, so let's see. My magician's choice today. This is going to be the first time that I'm attempting to perform this really for anything. So oftentimes when I have a new trick for stream, it's because I've also already practiced it and I've recorded YouTube video for it and everything. This is basically going to be brand new. I've never done it before for any audience or the camera. I've done a bunch of practice runs, just me, but like, so this is going to be a unique first. So here we go. This is going to be a trick that uses Chinese coins and this ribbon. Memloss, thank you kindly for the here we go. So if you were here, what I would have you do is first thread each and every coin onto this ribbon so that you know that each coin is threaded on and it is solidly on there. Okay, and just to prove that they're on there, they're all sitting on there. Okay, now what I want to do is we are going to try and do the Chinese coin challenge. So the Chinese coin challenge is a challenge in which we are going to try and take one of these off, and actually all of them off, through the ribbon, but you can't take it off of the two ends, okay? So here's the two ends so you know. Now if you were here, I would have you put your hand out here, and I would just go, and here's how the first one works. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you saw it, but look, one of those coins came right off, and now if you want to inspect closely, these two coins still threaded on the ribbon, right? Now, so for these two, we're going to try and get another one off. And here's what we will do, okay? Once again, if you were here, I would actually ask you to put your hand out like this. You might even have this coin still in there. And we'll make it a nice cool clang sound. But all we have to do is go ahead, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell, but another one has fallen off. Now here, what we have here is the last one, and this part, I'm not actually going to be removing it from the ribbon. It's just going to be an optical illusion, okay? And so here's the optical illusion, all right? The optical illusion is that the ribbon actually comes off of it. That's just an illusion though. See, so look, even if I pull the ribbon secretly, it's actually still attached right there, because now if I show you, look, right here, I've actually shown you the true state now. The true state is that the ribbon is actually still on it, right? And so, but now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to grab this last one off of here, okay? And so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to go ahead and place this into our hand here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to close our hand over this, and we're going to wrap this ribbon around our hand, okay? And so you'll know that it's still in there because it's wrapped in there, okay? And now we'll go ahead and count 1, 2, and 3. And now you can see that the coin has vanished. Well, actually it hasn't vanished. It's actually right here. That, my friends, is my very first performance for camera or anybody of the Chinese coin challenge. Hopefully it went okay. So I felt like not bad. That look good? Is that good? Yeah? Yeah. 1 out of 2. One being the worst trick in the world, 2 being the best trick in the world. Nothing in between. Just 1 out of 2. All right. 3 says BJB. Thank you so much. That's like turning it up to 11, right? Is that how that works? Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Memloss, Double Triple, Sapphire Stern, BJB, E-Room. Thank you guys. So yeah, that's a new trick that I got. This was the trick that I got that was actually not a book from the Black Friday sale. So I'm like, all right, I should invest in something that's another trick that's not a card trick. So I was like, all right, this is what I came with. So there we go. All right. It is getting a little bit late. I do have to get up early tomorrow because it's a work day for my wife, but we're going to keep the kid home to hang out with grandma, my mom. So we're going to do some activities and get out and get up and everything. So let's do a last call. So if anybody wants to see any more magic, feel free to request. And if not, I will still do a finale trick. But yeah, so that's the plan. That's the idea. I'm glad I got to show that trick because I wasn't sure if I was ready, but I'm like, well, so actually in the book that I mentioned, one of the tips that was mentioned is that I need a safe environment to show tricks. And you know, what safer environment than my own stream, right? So the fact of the matter is like, I don't think anybody can and would do this. Like even magicians, a lot of them don't end up doing live streams of their stuff. And to me, I use it for practice, but like you guys are really supportive and you guys are engaged and you guys like I don't really have the words to describe like how much I appreciate you guys. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for just being part of the community. Thank you so much for, chatting. All right. I see a request from Charlie's Beats for a trick called Apex Aces. Thank you kindly for the hearts double triple. Thank you kindly for the what was that, a high and mod heart or sparkle? Okay. Welcome in, Happy Nightmares. How's it going? Like your mom said, it's free. Sapphire Stern. You got it. There you go. That was brilliant. Chef's kiss. Great delivery. That made me laugh. That was good. That was good. Good but quite drained. Ah, my sympathies. Happy Nightmares. Guys, you're not following our friend Happy Nightmares. Please give Happy Nightmares a follow. Alright. Let's see. Let me get ready for Apex Aces. Okay. Let's see here. You guys can see this part. That's fine. I'm grabbing the aces because we're going to need to use them for the trick. Hence the name, Apex Aces. Alright. Thank you for the shout out. No problem. My pleasure. Alright. Now, first of all, we are going to need 3 selections. So, I'm not sure if we have 3 people on desktop, because I do know some people watch on mobile. But if there's 3 people on desktop, feel free to click directly on the screen. Hopefully we get 3 heat maps. If not, we'll get whatever we can, and then we'll random the rest. So go ahead and it doesn't matter that I know what they are, but we just need 3 of them selected. So let's go ahead and go with, here's 1, right here. Here's 2, right here, and then 3 I see right next to it. Excellent. So here are 3 selections. So we will go ahead and pull those out. And if anybody wants to remember them, you can type them right in chat. It's fine. So here we have the 2 of spades, the jack of diamonds, and the 9 of diamonds. So 2 of spades, jack of diamonds, 9 of diamonds. Now, this trick is called Apex Aces. Now, when you hear the word Apex, what does it remind you of? Hunters, right? And so here, we're going to be using the aces to represent bounty hunters. And who is our bounty? In this case, the 9 of diamonds, the jack of diamonds, and the 2 of spades. Yes, if there's a bounty on Chris M.Yee's head, you heard it here first, guys. So, here's what I'm going to do. They are going to be running throughout the world, and the world is going to be represented by this deck. And they're going to be found all over the world. And so we're going to put the 9 of diamonds kind of up here, maybe near the top of the deck, right? And then we're going to go ahead and place the jack of diamonds maybe like in the middle, closest to the middle, right here. We're taking a quick ad break. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and use the, put the 2 into the, maybe kind of near the top here. Okay, and now my hands are up. Let me know when ads are done. Okay. All right. So let's see. Fun little story about I've I've been revisiting old tech lately. I have found. So I was bequeathed VHS tapes. Yep, VHS tapes. You heard it. And I was like, I don't have anything that can play these, but these are like VHS tapes that contain like past memories. They're not like, hey, this is just a VHS tape of like a Disney movie or a TV show or something. They were like filmed on a camcorder of like me and like my past. And actually, one of these videos, Sapphire Stern says, WTF, why is my ad in Italian? I'm going to say lol, I don't know. But I was like, I need to find a way to extract and digitize these because so one of the videos was a video that I had a copy of that I thought maybe was the only copy, and it got destroyed years ago, and it was just of me doing a thing in preschool, and I was like, oh well, I guess that memory is lost to history now. As it turns out, the Friendly Fiddler! Welcome in, Raiders! How's it going? Thank you kindly for the raid, Andrew. Hopefully hopefully your stream went well. Welcome in. I see so many familiar faces, so let me just welcome in everyone. Welcome in GipsonLens. Welcome in Rapsalone. Welcome in Ella, the Bunny Mom. Welcome in the Friendly Fiddler, of course. Welcome in Hawk6 Phoenix. Welcome in Ms. Marion K. Welcome in. Hey, we caught you! Yes, I was actually thinking about slowly ending, but we're in the middle of a trick, but then an ad occurred, so I was like pausing in between the ad. I'm assuming that the ad is probably done now, so we can finish up this trick. But then I would love to do a trick specifically for you, Andrew, and the Friendly Fiddler community, and then yeah, we'll go from there. But if anybody who hasn't met me before, hi, my name is Nam, and I'm known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way on Twitch. And I like to do sleight of hand card magic on Sundays. So, all right, first of all, I just lost 3 cards in the deck. They were 3 cards that were the selections. They were in chat, so I think it was like Jack of Diamonds, something else of Diamonds, and the 2 of Spades. So that's what we're working with here. But now, since they are lost in the deck, I'm going to go ahead and find them with the help of the 4 aces. And so here we've got the 4 aces, and they are going to represent bounty hunters. So these bounty hunters are going to try and find those cards in the deck. And so here we have the first one jumping into the deck. It's actually delved deep in there, because now if we take a look, there's actually no, that ace is no longer here. So now ace of clubs is going to delve deeply into the deck like this. And now if we take a look, you won't be able to see it because it's just delved way deep in there. So now ace of hearts, also going to hop down there, delve deep into the deck because now, you can't. But, and then last one, what we've got here is the ace of spades, and the ace of spades is Charlie's Beats, also known as the ace of spades, also the requester of this trick. But now if we take a look, the aces are no longer on the top. The aces are not on the bottom, some people suspect. But they are now finding the bounty. And if we take a look, in the deck, all 4 aces are now face up. But in between each one of them is a card. And what were our bounty cards? They were indeed the 2 of spades, the Jack of diamonds, and the 9 of diamonds. And that, my friends, is Apex Aces. Thank you kindly for the applause. Double, triple. All right, so welcome in, Andrew. How was your stream? What were you doing? Were you playing music today? Because I think Sunday is normally your music day, right? But welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. And what'd you do? How was stream? I assume music, but I did play music. Okay, good. I had a guest. Oh, excellent. Well, hopefully you and the guest had a great time. So, all right. Let's go ahead. Ask him about Frida. Okay. Hey, Andrew. Who's who's Frida? And how did it go? But she could only be on screen when I wasn't on screen. Oh, okay. But you could hear the music from both of you at the same time, right? Her nose looks very similar to mine. Is she in any way genetically related to you? Sorry, this might be a weird question coming from someone who has no context on who your guest was. Thank you kindly for the follows. By the way, thank you kindly for all the new follows. Pooga, Floppy TV, Ella, the Bunny Mom. Thank you guys so much. Frida is this gorgeous young lady with neon pink hair. I think Friendly has a crush on her. Oh, she might be a very close genetic match. I see. Or you want her to be very close to. Anyway, all right. I won't press on. But anyway, Well, that's great. Hopefully that went well. And you know what? I have a great trick for this. So let's go ahead and do that. So don't worry, don't worry. We're gonna do one right now. It's actually a custom one. It's not on my trick list, but it's a trick that I know. I didn't create it, but it's so this will be my magician's choice for you. And it's going to star, let's pretend that there's a card, the Nine of Diamonds, and the Ten of Clubs. Let's pretend that these two cards represent the friendly fiddler and well, actually, let's Andrew and Frida, right? Andrew and Frida. Okay. So let's pretend that these two cards represent you. Okay. Actually, before I do this, let me go ahead and find the jokers, because we're going to need the two jokers to represent like marker cards so that we can see the difference. Okay. Wow. Friday won't believe this. No, Frida won't believe this. That's okay. Not until you clip it and show it to her, I guess. Okay. So here's what I want to do with you guys. We're gonna take Andrew and Frida, and we're going to go ahead and place you in two different parts of the deck. Okay. So maybe one kind of far away here, and then one kind of far away here. So two different places you can still kind of see. So there and there, right? So they're not next to each other at all. I know, yeah, yeah. It's Friday, probably. Was it autocorrect? Yeah. And now, so the reason why I want the two jokers here is that we are going to be using the two jokers um, to mark. So I'm going to place it because they're right next to each other, right? I'm going to just place them in the middle, okay, of the deck, just like this. Now, if all things work out correctly, Andrew and Frida will slowly come together from their two disparate places in the deck, and they should be getting closer and closer. Closer and closer. Now, I don't know if you can tell. Don't tell Frida about Friday. That could get messy. I don't know if you know Andrew, but if I show you now, if we take a look, there are actually two cards precisely in between the two marker cards, the two jokers. Now, certainly it would be impossible for them to be you and Frida because you were placed in two different parts of the deck, maybe representing two different parts of the world, maybe representing. However, over time, perhaps you can get closer and closer together until you're right next to each other. Thank you kindly for the follow, Violet Valerie. Valerie. I don't know why I pronounced that Valerie. I meant Valerie. Violet Valerie. I'm sorry. But thank you for the follow. And that, my friends, 9 of diamonds, 10 of clubs, representing the friendly fiddler and his guest. We are like two peas in in a Joker pod. Thank you kindly for the claps. Friendly Fiddler, Sapphire Stern, Ella the Bunny Mom. Nice one. Actually, do you guys want peas? Do you guys want to find? Let's pretend in some future, distant or otherwise, perhaps the Friendly Fiddler and Frida get together and start a family. I don't know if this will happen, but I'm just saying. Let's pretend. I mean, I've already got your cards out, so. Um, but here's what we're going to do. You're going to need to first find your first pea in a pod. That sounds so weird. But you can't have a 5-year-old kid until you have your first 1-year-old kid. And so maybe in the future, that might be slightly illegal, but I suppose we can imagine. Yes, just imagine, just imagine. This is just all happening in your imagination, right? I don't know if you can tell, but look, they have now had their first 1-year-old. Now, let's pretend that they have to. Maybe Andrew has to have a concert at a very specific location in the world and can't be present for the birth of a second child. So perhaps long distance, right? So, but I don't know if you can see it, but we now have the power to communicate from one place to another, right? 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you saw it jump from here to there, but look, now you've got a second 1-year-old. I think I'll be present. That's the hope. But sometimes you think that perhaps the friendly fiddler will get so famous that he wants to go undercover sometimes. He just wants to be incognito, right? And so here, I totally saw it jump. I mean, that's what happens. But look, you might be able to have, when the friendly fiddler is like a world renowned, famous to everybody, uh, you might want to have your third 1-year-old uh, in quiet. And then maybe even your fourth 1-year-old too, maybe. But I'm just asking you to imagine. And these cards are just the 9 of diamonds and the 10 of clubs. They don't necessarily represent anybody, unless you truly want to believe that they represent people that we know, the friendly fiddler and Frida. And that, my friends, is another trick starring the friendly fiddler. Thank you kindly for the raid, Andrew. Hopefully you enjoyed those tricks. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here. Thank you for all the new follows. And my apologies to Violet Valerie for mispronouncing Valerie. um, Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern, E-Room, the friendly fiddler. But you didn't tap the deck for the last ace. Yeah. No, Lamau, no worries. You're not the first. I know. I expect better of myself, okay? Like I can hold myself to whatever standards I want, okay? And if they're higher than most other people's standards, I'll take it. Reading names while streaming is hard. I do agree with that, yeah. So because my name is Krazee, most people don't mess that one up. But because the last half of my username is AZNNNN, there's so many N's. People just read it. I'm sometimes Crazy Ann to most people, and I'm like, there's a Z in there, but I tell people it's just crazy, crazy Asian. But yeah, are you just that good? No, I'm. You know what? I'm maybe lucky. That's probably the most accurate thing. Okay, so let's see. You know what? While we're here, and did I put these cards away yet? I did. Okay. So anyway, for anybody who's here for the first time, hi, my name's Nam. I like to do sleight of hand card magic, usually sleight of hand Sundays, and I structure my stream like a music stream. So I use StreamerSonglist, but there's no songs on it. It's actually all magic tricks. Well, they're all tricks. One of them isn't magic. So basically, chat can request whatever from it, and I usually just go with it. I also have redeems. Charlie has just redeemed clear plastic cards. So let's go ahead and perform something with the clear plastic cards. So I've got these. I want to say verbally that they're torturous redeems, but honestly, I put them in there for fun and hilarity. But also maybe sometimes for the challenge. But so sometimes a trick is requested, and I will do a redeem. So I've done tricks with Uno cards, with Magic the Gathering cards. Go figure, Magic with Magic the Gathering cards. And then what you're going to see now is the clear plastic cards. So first things first, we do have the Twitch deck. So here's the Twitch deck that I'm normally using. It's called the Twitch deck because it's the TwitchCon Las Vegas 2023 deck. I actually presented at TwitchCon 2023 in Vegas, where I gave an introduction basically to sleight of hand and like the magic community. But the redeem here is that we're going to be using clear plastic cards, so not these ones, but these ones. So if you've never seen cards like this before, they are made out of clear plastic, they are slippery, and you can kind of see through like most of it. And some people think that perhaps you can see something through it when I'm doing some tricks. So you know what? Let's attempt to do something. Incidentally, we have the 4 aces already, so let's go ahead and do something with the 4 aces. Cool, says the friendly fiddler. All right, excellent. So here's what we are going to do. So ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, ace of spades. I'm going to leave the ace of spades right here, and I'll place the other 3 aces out like this. Friendly Fiddler says, does that make it harder to do tricks, easier, or just more fun? So I would definitely say it makes it harder, but definitely more fun. Taking a quick ad break. All right. I'm going to be hands off, and let me know when back from ads. I know that that interrupts people, so I will just wait here for a second. So when an ad break occurs and people get interrupted, if you're still hearing this, that means you're a subscriber. I'll just talk about whatever until people get back. But during the last break, I was talking about VHS tapes and a VCR. So my mother-in-law had a VCR, and I'm like, "Can I borrow your VCR?" And she brought it over, and I was able to see the things on a TV. But I was like, okay, I need to digitize these. So luckily, the Black Friday stuff started, so I was able to just get a cheap video capture card, and I ended up being able to digitize all 6 or 7 VHS tapes that I had. And now I have all these video clips of me when I was, I think, 9 for some of it. I visited like a local amusement park. I went roller skating with my best friend. Almost back 10 seconds. Um, I went to do my birthday at like a one of these like crazy indoor gym thing, play places or whatever. So maybe one of these days, if I have a subathon in December, I can make some of those be. I could have some rewards being like, you want to see Baby Nam when I was 9 years old? So, all right. Are we back yet from ads? Can anybody in chat confirm for me that we are back? And by the way, if anybody's been sitting around for a while and you're not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. All right, excellent. Back. Okay, great. So, Baby Nam was 9. Yeah, I was just telling. So when we have an ad break, I fill the time by just talking about whatever. And so I was telling people about me digitizing some old memories from VHS tapes. So, but yeah, some of these VHS tapes had Baby Nam from 9 years old. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and place 3 cards onto each one of these. I mean, obviously, Baby Nam was a baby when I was truly a baby, but. And now we're gonna square up. Okay. Now here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and grab the ace from this pile, but magically, and place it into this pile. Because now if we take a look, there's no ace in this pile. So we knew that the ace of spades was here, because that was the one that we placed there. That's some other non-ace card. Here's the ace of hearts. Let's go ahead and do that with the next one. I don't know if you saw, but I just swapped it. Because now if I show you, there's no ace up here. But down here, we've got, and now this ace has hopped down there, the ace of clubs. And now the last one. So now we have the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Now, some people are thinking, oh, well, all you saw was potentially sleight of hand, right? And you know what? You're probably right. And so here, the ace of spades. Let me do something a little bit magical. Okay, let's take the ace of spades and place it into this packet right here. So now, if you were here, I could ask you to place your hand on top of that pile, and you can cover it and just make sure that there's no possible way I could get to that ace of spades without you feeling it. We can use my computer mouse that's actually connected to simulate that. This is the one that's connected to this computer right now that I'm streaming on. But all we have to do is just tap 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you could tell, but that was so powerful it actually knocked one of the aces out of my hand. But the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts. And now you see that there's a fourth ace, the ace of spades. And you could take your hand off. You can look at all of these cards down here yourself. And you would see that none of these are aces. And that, my friends, is a trick with clear plastic cards. Whew. All right. I sometimes get nervous with the clear plastic cards. Sometimes. Depends on the trick, but thank you kindly for the claps. Double Triple, Sapphire Stern, Charlie's Beats, E-Room. The Friendly Village says, I didn't see any better. I mean, most certainly, hopefully you did not see. That's the hope. Let's do a quick one for... Alright, so here we've got the 4 aces and the queen. So, with the clear cards. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to place the queen over here. Okay, and then over here we've got the aces. Okay, but actually what we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and just make these hop 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell, but actually those 4 cards have turned into 1 card. And that 1 card on the table is turned into 4 cards. And the queen is over here. And the aces are over here. Alright, hopefully that satisfies some clear card redeem. Thank you, Kenneth, for the claps. The Friendly Fiddler, Sapphire Stern, Double Triple. Thank you, guys. Okay, I'm going to try this on stream, and it may look horrible with the clear plastic cards, but I've given this trick away on stream before. Alright, here we go. The clear plastic version. So, what's that? Queen of Hearts? Okay, here we go. Oh, that looks so good! 5 of... Okay. Awesome. I caught the perfect angle for that, for the clear cards. Almost perfect, I guess. Mind blown with Sapphire Stern. Thank you kindly for the claps, Double Triple, and GipsonLens. Okay, alright, so prior to the raid, I actually had called last call. So let's do it again. If anybody would like to request any tricks, last call. Jimmy Page, welcome in. How's it going? Nam, have you ever done Daryl's Ultimate Ambition? I'm going to say no. I don't. It doesn't immediately strike me as familiar. I may have come across it. I might have watched it, but I wouldn't know how to immediately do it. But welcome in, Jimmy Page. How's it going? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Charlie's Beats has requested Triumph Squared. All right, nice one. Let's go ahead and The one where you tie the rope around the deck and it still pops to the top. Oh, I haven't done it, but one of my other magician friends, his name's Lewis, he has done it. So I think I'm vaguely familiar. Yeah. Now that you mentioned that, yeah, I think I remember. All right. So we have a deck. I'm gonna split it up into about two equal. You know what? I'll give it a good shuffle first. We'll split it up into about two equal piles, so roughly. And then we're going to need a card selected from each pile. So let's start with this one. And if you're on desktop, feel free to click directly on the screen. We should get a heat map indicating which card has been clicked on. So go ahead and do that, if anybody would like. Okay, I can see one. There we go. Okay, all right. And we'll leave that one there because we'll use that one for the second card because we're going to need one from this deck. So hang tight. Okay, so this was the first one. And it doesn't matter that I see it, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, okay? And so this first one is the 10 of hearts. So feel free to, if anybody wants to note it, just remember it, that's fine. So 10 of hearts. I am going to stick this into the middle of this deck, okay? So here we have the 10 of hearts in the middle of this packet. And what we are going to do now is we are going to go ahead and need a second card selected. We will just use this heat map right here. So, and I happen to spread this card on it, so there we go. Similar thing, I'm going to go ahead and just flip this card over, Jack of Spades. And once again, we will also place this face up back in here. All right, so now we have two cards selected. And here's the most annoying part about this. We are going to be turning one of these face up, and we're going to shuffle them face up into face down. If you have OCD for neatness or organization, please look away now. Here we go. And some people think that magicians might do sneaky things. These are really getting shuffled together. I'm pressing them together like this. Thanks for the trigger warning, says the friendly fiddler. You're welcome. Or my apologies ahead of time. Okay, so let's go ahead and give these a cut. And what we will do is, there we go. And we're going to do one more cut. Boom. Okay. Now, I don't know if you know, but I'm going to eat these heat maps. Ready? Delicious. Thank you for the heat maps, everybody. But now we're going to fix this, okay? I don't know if you know how we're going to fix this, but all you have to do is, if I actually take my hand and put it over the light, and I actually will, thanks for getting that Eat GipsonLens. I'm actually fixing the entire deck with my shadow right now. So now the entire deck has been fixed. Do they taste like chicken? No, no, no. Spicy. Spicy. But now if I spread the deck, every single card is facing in the correct direction. Every single card except for two. And what were the two? I'll give you two guesses. They were our selections. The Jack of Spades and the 10 of Hearts. And that, my friends, is Triumph Squared. Cajun chicken. You know, that sounds like it could be really good right now. I'm very baffled by that one. Oh, well, so here's the secret. I used my shadow to fix the cards. So, I mean, the shadow actually had to do all the work, right? So even though it just looked like my hand was doing this, but like the shadow actually pulled every single card. If it was the wrong way, I turned it and put it back underneath the shadow. Friendly Fiddler says, because I saw through all the other tricks. Did you now? All right. Wonderful. Excellent. That means the friendly filler, you can consult me, right? It's like you can tell I can do a trick and you can be like, no, that was bad. I'll be taking you up on that. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern, double, triple, Charlie's Beats. All right. Triumph squared. Okay. Let's see. For anybody who... I'm going to do this one more time, just for A, the practice, and then B, I like it. So, we're going to do Coin Matrix again. All right. Here we go. Boom. Boom. 4 coins in a rectangle. I don't know if it's precise enough to be a square, but it's basically a square. But I say rectangle because that's probably more correct. I'm going to cover each coin with a card. I'm going to make the coins teleport from corner to corner. If you've ever heard of Star Trek transporter technology, that's how it works. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Don't blink because it happens very fast. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Now that was the one with cards. Now we're going to do the one without cards. So once again, arranging the 4 coins into a rectangle. Happens very quick. Don't blink. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. Over here. 4. And then I've been enjoying the cool finale. So boom, boom. 1, 2, and 3. That, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. There we go. Friendly Filler says, nice! Thanks, Andrew. Thank you kindly for the claps. Double Dribble, Sapphire Stern, E-Room. All right. So, okay. I said I should have left a while ago, but you know what? I can just be tired tomorrow. That's fine. Also, it's kind of rude to like get rated and then leave, right? So I feel like we stayed for a little bit now. Thank you kindly for the claps. Double Dribble, Sapphire Stern, E-Room, Charlie's Beats. Sapphire Stern. I know how it's done with a lot of magic. I mean, Sapphire Stern. Shh! Don't tell everybody. Then everybody's gonna use a lot of magic. Shh! 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 All right. Okay. Let's see. Let me know when back. Ad break. In the interim, let me go ahead and I can close the queue. I'll go ahead and put in, you know what I should do? Picasso Aces. And then, oh yes, thank you for giving our friend Ella the Bunny Mom a follow. Ella the Bunny Mom plays music and has a bunny. So, but yeah, so I think we'll do Picasso aces as our finale. One of my favorite tricks to close with. And then, oh yes, no problem. You're welcome. And then we'll go from there. But, oh yeah, so I've digitized, yeah, these VHS tapes. Oh, I can show you. I have a stack of them right here. Check out how old these are. I've never heard of Memorex anymore. Like I don't hear of them anymore. One of them is General Electric, and the other one's Polaroid. I've heard of Polaroid and General Electric outside of videotapes. Back. All right, the friendly fiddlers. Okay, all right, excellent. So, I've closed the queue, and I think we're about ready to wrap up. I have placed my finale trick in here, and we're going to do our outro. So, thank you so much for everybody coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend. If you live here in America, we have celebrated Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. And also, if you celebrate the commercialization of buying stuff, Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. And then also tomorrow is Cyber Monday, so there you go. Um, Thank you so much for everybody who interacted with the stream today, whether you requested a trick, chatted in chat, did sound alerts, did emotes, um, clicked on the heat map, chose a card, any of that stuff. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. So thank you so much. Um, Thank you to all the lurkers out there. Magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm just practicing magic at home, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Um, Thank you so much for everybody who supported today. So thank you so much to Charlie's Beats for the resub. Thank you to Chan the Magic Man for the resub. Thank you to Charlie's Beats for the gift sub. Thank you so much for the bits, the keyboard grinder. Um, Thank you for the raids, Jernanigans, and the friendly fiddler. It's kind of rare for me to see streams with 2 raids, so I felt like very fortunate to have a couple raids today. So thank you guys. Jernanigans, also Roke, and then the friendly fiddler, Andrew. So, and then thank you for all the new follows today. So greatly appreciate it. Ella Bunny Mom says, "Thank you. You're welcome. My pleasure." And the friendly fiddler says, "Thanks for the tricks. You're welcome." So, if anybody was wondering, none of this is sorcery or black magic or anything. Everything you see here is sleight of hand. But if you still don't believe, that's okay. Best cover story ever. Now, if you want to see more of me and I'm not around, of course, you can follow me on Twitch. You can come hang out in our Discord. And then also, if you want to see more magic tricks and I'm not streaming and you've seen all the VODs for some reason, you can check out my YouTube channel. I recently hit the milestone of 2K subscribers on YouTube. And my next milestone is I'm hoping to reach 1,000 followers here on Twitch, which, thank you so much for the Raiders helping me out with that today. We got some follows from the Raiders, so thank you. Appreciate it. Hello, the Bunny Mom says, "I refuse to believe it's not sorcery." All right. Best cover story ever, then. Sorcery. The friendly filler says, "Congrats. Thank you kindly. Greatly appreciate it." So yeah, feel free to check me out here, there, everywhere. And thanks for the magic show. You're welcome, Seth First Turn. So I'm going to attempt to do this finale trick. What people may not know is if I don't successfully do this finale trick, I hate ending stream on a trick that I mess up on. So we'll do another finale trick. But that's only if I mess it up. If it turns out fine, we'll end there. And then we'll find somebody to raid. All right. So here we go. First things first. I have a blue back deck. Now, I don't want you to think that these cards, these aces, came from this deck because these are red backed, okay? So here we've got the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades. Now, with these 4 aces, what I want to do is I'm going to lay them out into 4 different places. And then what we will do is we're going to try and get them to join up by the end of the trick. Okay. And how we're going to do that, I'm going to be using the help of 3 cards on each pile. So like so. Like this. And let's square up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take the aces from each pile. So you can still see that the ace is here. But all I have to do is grab it. Not physically, but like spiritually. And like swap it for one of those blue cards. So now if I show you here, there's actually no red-backed aces. Now, before we knew that there was one red ace here because we put it there, but now if I show you, you'll see 2, right? Red and red. Now we'll do it again. Once again, you can still see that it is here, right? But it's not until I take it, not physically, just ethereally, and we'll swap it with one of those. And now, if we take a look, none of these are red. 2, 3, 4, because if I show you, none of them are ace. And before we had 2 and 2, right? So now, if I show you, it should be 3. Yeah, there we go. 3 aces. Now this last one, some people are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I would be like, yes. And they would be like, you're doing some weird stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're watching a sleight of hand magic stream, so this is what you expect. But here, you can kind of still see the aces here, right? So from the back, you can still see that the ace is here because it's red. And from the front, you can still see that the ace is there because it's an ace. Now, if I just go ahead and I do that swap thing again, just, I don't know if you can tell, but now all 4 cards are blue backed. And if I show you all of the faces, none of them are aces. And if we take a look, before we knew that there's one blue one left, but look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 red backed cards, and they are the ace of diamonds, the ace spades, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. And that, my friends, I will call a successful finale of the performance of Picasso Aces. And that, my friends, I have done that trick. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. Double Tribble, Sapphire Stern, Friendly Fiddler, E-Room, Double Tribble. Thank you guys. So I've been doing that trick a lot more lately because I've been doing out in the world. I did it at the end of 2 of my gigs, and everybody's asked like, "Oh man, how did you learn that?" And I was like, so there was no instructional material. I had to watch like 2 or 3 different performances, and I basically reverse engineered that. So, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy. But like when I first saw it, I was like, that trick is so beautiful. So how we describe it, it's like we call the magical effect is like a very beautiful thing, or like in this case, like is very clever in the way that the effect is achieved. And I'm like, I have to learn that, right? Like it's so good. But like, yeah, I love that because it's relatively simple to understand. It's longer than just like a quick little thing, and like it's elegant. So I think that's why I like it. That's why I love it. That's why I end so many streams with it. So one of my favorite tricks, not just like in general, but like it's and to perform as well. So anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. GipsonLens, Double Tribble, E-Room, Friendly Filler, Sapphire Stern. All right, so with that, I think we can call that a wrap. What's it called again? Oh, that's called Picasso Aces. Welcome in, Lindsay Harvey. How's it going? Guys, you're not following our friend Lindsay Harvey. Definitely give our friend Lindsay Harvey, also a magician, but does variety gaming on stream. So, Lindsay Harvey, we just wrapped up, and I'm not really going to be able to show you a trick, but if you just want to see a premium deck, I can show you a premium deck. Wait. Oh, maybe I can't. Let me see. So right now I have a VCR and a stack of videotapes on my box of premium decks. All right. I know. Just show a deck. Okay, here we go. We're going to show off this. Oh, no, that's not open. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Is this one open? Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank goodness you're open. Okay, all right. Actually, let me take a few of these out. Okay, we're gonna see a special premium deck today, and I haven't used many of these, so, but they call these decks ESP decks. Why? I'm not entirely sure, but show a VHS tape. Okay, well, here's a VHS tape. There you go. So yeah, there you go. This has memories of it. But anyway, we're showing you a deck that may look like a premium, just a regular bicycle deck, but this is a premium deck because it's an ESP deck. So ESP decks typically have these symbols. Usually it's a star, circle, a plus sign, wavy line, square, and then a repeat. So I don't know how these symbols became equated with ESP, but there's probably just some experiments for ESP way back in the day, and these symbols are like different and distinct enough. We've got some other ones, triangle, plus that's red, green star, purple triangle, and so on. Oh, and we got a couple. There's a symbol for male and female there. Here's a house. Here's like the X-Men like badge. Here's a peace sign, an asterisk, and like a star and tic-tac-toe. So these are all the quote-unquote. I don't have these yet. This is a normal one. These are the normal backs, and then we also get some other ones. So these are ESP cards, but double-sided. So yeah. And then we've got this set, which is like, and I have to figure out what this trick is. Oh yeah, these are also normal, but they have circles with different sets of symbols in them. So, but anyway, that is yeah, and that if you're curious, that is the bicycle special ESP. That's what it is. That's not an asterisk. It's a redacted Malhaku. Oh man, I guess Malhaku, thank you so much for the raid. Alright, let's hop back up here. Lol, says the friendly fiddler, yeah. Welcome in, Malhaku. Run, it's a Haku raid! Alright. Guys, you're not following our friend Malhaku. Please give Malhaku a follow. Malhaku, a variety gamer, also a close friend of mine in real life. I figured you'd be ending soon, but I didn't want to miss a chance to raid you. I totally understand. I get it. Thank you so much for the raid. Guys, you're not following our friend Malhaku. Please give Malhaku a follow. Malhaku, variety gamer. Last time I tuned in, he was playing Lies of P. So I hadn't played Lies of P before, but just hung out for a little bit. Seemed pretty good. Is that so? I'd watched some other streamers also play, but I probably stayed the longest here. But yeah, if you ever get the chance to watch Malhaku play Dr. Mario, Malhaku wrecks at Dr. Mario. If you think you're good at Dr. Mario, unless like you're actually top level competitive, I'm sure Malhaku will beat you. Sorry if I'm making unfair claims to you for you, but that's true. Okay, so we had done. You know what? You know what? You might appreciate. I'm going to redo. Um, a new trick that I did today, and I did it for the first time on stream, not even for camera, not even for my YouTube channel, which says a lot. Nah, it's my forte for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? If I mess this up, this will have to become a new finale trick. So, all right. So here we go. This will hopefully be the last trick, and then we'll raid out. But I do want to show the raiders something before they go. So thank you so much for the raid, Malhaku. Greatly appreciate it. So thank you. All right. So I mostly do card tricks here, but I'm going to be doing a different trick, and this one uses a ribbon and 3 Chinese coins, which have holes in them. Now, if you were here, I would have you thread these yourself so that you know that they're actually on there and that there's no fishy business with the ribbon or anything. There isn't. And just so that you know that they're actually on there, all 3 are actually threaded on there. Excellent. I just call those coins, says Lindsay Harvey. Okay, so here's what we are going to do. We are going to go ahead and try. So this is the Chinese coin challenge, and we are going to try and get these coins off of the ribbon, but the only rules are that we cannot do it by unthreading it through the ends of the ribbon. So we'll keep those showing right there. Now, if you were here, Malhaku, I would have you put your hand over here. And Lindsay Harvey has to draw it out. 'Cause I'm Chinese, says Lindsay Harvey. But we're going 1, 2, and 3. One of them just melts right through there. And if you can see, these 2 are still threaded on. No problem. Okay. Oh no, 30-second ad. Importantly, Malhaku can still see, I think. So I'm sorry for everybody else. Okay. We're just going to keep on going because I do want to end soon. All right. So next up, we're going to go ahead. If you were here physically, I'd ask you to hold your hand out, and we will try and melt a second coin off. 1, 2, and 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. There you go. And so now we have a single coin here on this ribbon, right? But importantly, what we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you an illusion. Okay, so the illusion is that I'm going to make it look like the ribbon falls off. Okay, so here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but look, it looks like the ribbon has fallen off, right? That's not actually the case. The ribbon is still on it because look, if I just try and restore it right now, the ribbon is actually still on it. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. Now, so here, okay, what we will do now is I'm going to show you how we actually remove this coin from the ribbon. But you'll hopefully think that it isn't possible. I'll leave this in my hand here, right? And as I'm going to close my hand over it, and what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the ribbon over my hands so that there's no way we could get that coin out of there, okay? And so now if you were here, we could go 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can tell, but if I turn my hand over and show you, that coin has vanished. It hasn't actually vanished because you know what? It's here. That, my friends, is my second performance of the Chinese coin challenge. Hopefully that looked okay. Hopefully that looked fine. Hopefully I didn't mess that up because brand new trick, but otherwise hopefully seems okay. Seems good for the most part. So that was the finale trick for today. I don't think I messed anything up. I think everything seemed okay. I think maybe one part might have looked sus, maybe, but thank you kindly for the claps. Double Triple, Sapphire Stern, Malhaku, E-Room, the Friendly Fiddler. There you go. And it was a non-card trick that you saw me do. So, all right, there we go. Okay, well, thank you so much for the raid, Malhaku, and thank you so much for all of the other raiders, the Friendly Fiddler and Jernanigans, Jerroke. So, GG, says Lindsay Harvey. And we did get Lindsay Harvey's premium deck. We did show special ESP. And there we go. So, excellent. All right, let's go find somebody to raid because I probably should have ended a little bit ago. Ella the Bunny Mom, thank you so much for the gigantic cat clap. Thank you so much. Violet Valerie says, thanks for the stream. Have a great night. And he showed us a VHS tape. It's true. Yeah, during the other ad breaks earlier tonight, I was explaining why I currently am in possession of a VCR and a bunch of VHS tapes. But I digitized a bunch of old memories that I recently came back in contact with. So that's what happened. So I was telling people that you can maybe see Baby Nam in the future. Baby Nam being like 9-year-old me. Okay, let's find somebody to raid. Let's see. Who haven't we raided? Who's still going? Where do we need to go? Um, you know who we haven't seen for a while? And it looks like she's on right now. Hold on, let me see if she's still going on. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, I think I found our raid target. Today we're going to be raiding our friend Granny Q. So if you guys haven't heard me talk about Granny Q, I happened to meet Granny Q at TwitchCon 2023 in Las Vegas. And I was walking with GipsonLens and talking about how I felt tired and feeling old. Granny Q chirps up from right next behind me, says, what are you saying about somebody being old? And I was like, oh no, I turn around, I see Granny Q. And in her title, she says 68-year-old granny in the verse with friends trying to chat with you. She's playing Star Citizen. She's been playing Star Citizen like for ages now. But super fun. I got a chance to meet her in real life. Showed her a couple magic tricks, and it was a fun time. GipsonLens says you're allowed to feel old. I'm like, well, thank you. I mean, I can feel it. I don't complain about it that often. Just that one time because we were at a con and was tired, and it just so happens Granny Q is right behind us. So anyway, if you guys want to come along, oh, by the way, guys, if you are not following our friends and mods, Chan the Magic Man and GipsonLens, please show them some mod love. Definitely give them some follows. And yes, I totally agree that I'm allowed to feel old. I just should be careful who I complain. Although if I didn't complain about it then, I wouldn't have met Granny Q. It wouldn't have been as fun. Thanks for the stream, Nom. Thank you for the raid, Andrew. And all right, so if you guys want to come along for the raid, here's a raid message. Here's a sub raid message. And let's see. Here's the raid target if you're left behind, and then let me actually start the actual raid. Here we go. So, but yeah, so right now she's playing Star Citizen. She's got a lot of people in her chat right now, so I'm not sure what's going on, but it looks like it's maybe a sponsored stream, and she's doing giveaways. So, anyway, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for spending some time with me. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed, and remember, you guys take care. So remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch and remember to get good sleep because you never know how hard it is to get good sleep nowadays. Anyway, you have a glorious night. Bye.